Take that shit off.
All right, TNT.
I
Bobby,
don't
you
take
okay?
all this shit off. Fuck that shit.
You
Fuck
okay,
all
Bobby?
this. Fuck all the intros. Fuck
You
all that
okay?
shit. Fuck
You
that
okay?
shit. Fuck that shit. Let me tell you something.
It's gonna be okay.
This is some bullshit.
It's gonna be okay.
Lakers lost. Roman Reigns can't fucking win. Like, what the fuck are we doing?
It's 2 years in a
It's
row.
okay.
Oh, you just love that, don't you?
At least The Rock won him a match last year.
Watch. Oh my god.
I like death, taxes, and Roman being unable to beat Seth Rollins.
That's what's so fucking. That's irritating. I don't know. God, fuck.
It's gonna be okay, Bobby.
No, it's not.
Bobby's crashing out. Bobby's crashing out.
I'm about to, bro. For real. I'm about to for real. I'm
gonna be
about
okay.
to, and you're gonna see another side.
Fuck this, I'm going to bed.
I almost said that shit for real.
It's gonna be okay, buddy.
Brandon, shut the fuck up.
Roman will be back by SummerSlam. Paul won't come back, but neither will Jay, neither will Jimmy, neither will Solo.
Hold on. Hey, pause me for a minute.
Okay.
Pause the interview on Punk. Pause me for a minute.
I'll put him in the back. Since he's paused, so while he's paused, might as well get into the
I don't know why he paused it.
before.
Punk had nothing to say.
I don't know. Does he want back in yet? I guess. Well, he's paused and went away for a bit.
This is the official WrestleMania 41 night one post show.
Before getting to the card, might as well get into the big news that happened before the show, and that is WWE buying AAA.
Why the fuck would you let me go backstage if you already knew that he said nothing and you're clearly ahead of me in the thing?
I know I'm ahead of you.
Well, like why would you not tell me that he doesn't say nothing?
I'm not even.
You were already gone by the time it happened.
You literally said he doesn't say nothing, and I was like, well, why did you just
I'm
tell
watching
me
it on the
that?
screen with my closed captions on.
When did they ever say anything important after this?
All the time.
Anyway, AAA
They
is
just
acquired by
wait.
WWE.
Come on, man. Let's just get this over with, man. I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Nah, Bubba. We got a while to go because this was a pretty bad WrestleMania up until probably the main event.
No, it wasn't.
Bobby.
No, it wasn't.
I think it was very slow.
It
It
wasn't
was
that bad.
boring.
It dragged. It's okay, Bob. We know you want to overrate the Jade Cargill match.
You're just a hater, bro. You cheer for Mercedes Moné.
Well, to be fair, that was the third best match of the night. So
Mercedes got more talent than Jade Cargill. But
excuse me.
yeah, you heard me. Let's go.
You said
back to
what?
the match here.
Hold on, man. Wait, what would you say for real?
I said Mercedes Moné is better than Jade Cargill. I've seen enough. Bob, we'll skip around. We'll start with the Jade Naomi match. You said a quote earlier when we were talking about the NXT Fatal 4-Way match where it was obvious the skill level. And Jada Parker looked like someone that was just waiting to get their spot in. That's what Jade was tonight.
Hold on a sec.
Oh.
Okay, she
Keep
sucks,
going.
right? But damn, she does look good. So fuck.
For anyone that's watching, got any comments or thoughts about tonight's event, comment below.
Here's the problem. Here's what I told you, and this is what I told you on Thursday, and I'm gonna be totally serious. Shane, you missed it. I said that they are gonna put AEW superstars that come to WWE on a pedestal. I told you that they're gonna make them look good. So regardless of what you or anybody else thinks, Jade is not going away.
No, she's not going away. There's way too much invested in her. But
No,
but
but should she spend some time in NXT? Absolutely. But I told you. Oh, go ahead. My bad. I'm not gonna overtalk.
she feels like someone. She has the look, and that's pretty much it right now.
But she's gotten better though. The 6 months that she was out, she's gotten better. She can at least have a decent match.
I mean, better.
I
going
think
from
that's
what,
the
F to a
point
D?
too.
Better than what? What'd you say, Brandon?
Yeah, what's better? Like going from an F to a D?
Yes, she doesn't look awkward whenever she's supposed to be stunned, and doesn't look like she's trying to set up the spot if somebody climbing the top rope. Hold on a minute. You asked me a question. She doesn't. When Jade used to get in the ring, if Jade was stunned, she would look like. The only way that I can describe it, there was a spot in the NXT 4-way match earlier where Jada was looking behind her, waiting for Julia to come to be in the right position so that she can give them both like a double DDT. And she kept looking for Julia, and finally Julia showed up. That was Jade. But Jade was worse because you could tell that Jade was obviously waiting to get in the right position to take a bump. There was a spot where Naomi went to the top rope and Jade didn't look like a fish out of water, like just awkwardly standing there, didn't know what she was doing. So if an F to a D, yes, that's progress.
I didn't think she was that bad. I don't know what the other Brandon's seeing, but I didn't think
I
the
don't
match
either.
was bad. I thought she looked better than she has in the past. And yeah, if you're going from an F to a D, then obviously there's progress. You're not going to go from an F to an A in a couple of months.
Exactly. Brandon, you want her to be Becky Lynch, and that's not like.
No, I want her to be worth the investment.
She is worth the investment.
It takes
As of
time.
right now, she's not.
Dude,
We can't say it takes time when we made sure she skipped developmental.
Dude, you cannot, dude. I don't know what the hell y'all have with this obsession that I am sorry. This is the WWE. Not everybody who has the look, not everybody who has the talent, not everybody who sits here and has the charisma is going to be a great in-ring worker. This chick,
Bobby.
No, hold on a minute.
Bobby.
What?
It's fine if you're not a great in-ring worker. But most people have 2 out of the 3, which is the look, the promo work, or in-ring ability. Most people have 2 out of the 3. She only has 1 right now.
She has 1. She's not bad on the mic, dude. She doesn't sound like a robot. But she doesn't sound like a robot. You want her to be. Like you're giving her this. I get it, but like it's like
when she was signed and you have the hype behind her. Yes, the expectations are different compared to like someone else, just like randomly. Like let's use Tiffany Stratton example. The expectation for Tiffany is completely different for Jade due to the hype of Jade.
Tiffany was also in NXT.
Let me actually put it in NBA terms for you. So Jade is LeBron James. Okay. So should the expectations for LeBron James be the same for Darko Milicic or Chris Bosh? No. It should be higher.
You don't know what you're getting at first.
It should be higher. But they did.
They didn't. Bruh.
Your expectations are totally different too, because Jade came in as an attraction, as like a star. She didn't come in as though there week after week. There wasn't that expectation. She's there to be once in a while person like Omos or something.
Said it. No, she's not that.
Y'all go ahead, Brandon, because I'm gonna be uninterrupted when I talk. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, go say what you gotta say.
I know because it's gonna be a response to you. Go ahead.
Say what you gotta say because I actually have to jump in the back.
I don't think she's as bad as he's making her out to be. She can talk. She's obviously got the aura and the charisma. Her in ring is improving. Not everything's going to happen overnight. And that match was not bad. There were a couple of questionable spots, and Naomi did work to make it work, but it wasn't as bad as he's making it out to be.
That's what I'm saying, and I'm like, I'm so not joking when I know that I joke a lot, but I'm so not joking. And this ain't nothing about me being biased because of the fact that it's Jade. That match was decent. Was it the best? Was it the best match of the night? Absolutely not. I don't get like he said earlier, where she dropped her on her head. They clearly did a replay, and she dropped her on her back. Naomi landed on her back from that electric chair into the powerbomb. I don't get the I don't get the hate that she gets.
That's not hate.
It is, dude, because it would be different.
It's not hate because I actually like her.
Dude, everybody likes her. There's nobody that was chanting boring at that match. I've never seen a match of Jade's where people have chanted that she can't wrestle.
Let me put it this way, just so we can find a happy medium here. She is better than what she was at Clash of the Castle.
Miles better. That's what I'm saying. That's what me and Brandon are saying. We're not saying that Jade went out here and set the world on fire, but if she
I
upgraded,
wasn't expecting prime Bret Hart here, but I was expecting a little bit more than what we got. Expect for a big situation here.
No, because you got to play to the person's strengths. You don't see Roman.
But to be fair to her, she was probably the second best female wrestler tonight.
She probably was. And I'm going to tell you the truth. If we're having this discussion probably next year, if we have a discussion 1 to 2 years down the line and she has not progressed, then yeah, it's like, okay, it's clearly not working. And then it's clearly it's clearly going to be like, okay, well, she ain't good. But there has been progression. That's what me and Brandon can agree on. There has been progression. If she goes from an F to a D, that's still an F. A D is better than an F. I'd rather have a D than an F. So the progression is there. You can see that, like I said, you can see the progression is there. You can see her confidence getting better. She already has two things going for her. Number one, she has a presence. Number two, people react to her. They're not just sitting there going indifferent to when she comes out. People cheer for Jade when she comes out. She has a presence and she has a look. If you could do those two things, then everything else could be worked on.
What I think she's not grasping is the babyface role. I think she's a much more natural heel, and I think that's what she's struggling with more is being that babyface. It just doesn't feel right.
I agree with it. She looks more like a heel. Like she just looks like a heel. I agree.
It's almost like that when Miz is a face, it feels forced. When Charlotte is a baby face, it feels forced. And it's almost feeling like Jade is forced into this baby face role from last year.
We're right. When Becky's a face, it feels forced.
When Becky's a face?
It feels forced. There's a reason I said that. because Brandon likes Becky Lynch, so I'm I don't mean to
say what.
We'll get into that. We'll get into that later because I don't agree with the route they're going to bring her back on.
My thing is this. And Shane, we respect comments here, so you don't have to just sit there and not say anything. If you want to jump in, we'll shut up. We just
don't let Rando
exactly. We talk to each other
it's scary.
But Jade is a natural heel. I think she's learning how to be babyface. Let's be honest. She was only in AEW for 2 years, and she was a heel the whole time. I think she's learning how to be babyface. something's working because I mean the people ain't turned against her, so
Yeah.
you know.
I mean, it's still time. Obviously, this is now the start to her pathway to a singles title. So
I am now more
We'll
convinced than that, and I know we're going to probably pivot to this later, but now I am now more convinced than ever that Naomi is going to cost Bianca tomorrow. I just,
Or she's going to help her.
So is that the program now? Does Bianca win
Ish.
and fight with Naomi until SummerSlam, and then SummerSlam is Jade and
wow,
Bianca?
that seems like a long ass time to do that feud.
I would probably, if we're being more realistic, I would the match either at SummerSlam or at WrestleMania, because let's face it, Charlotte is going to get her rematch. Charlotte's going to get her rematch, and I think this.
No.
I heard a lot
They
of
probably will, but like I don't know if you can after that match tonight. It is clear those two do not.
What
work
do you
together.
what like? Let me ask you something because I've
Yeah.
never asked you this, and this is a serious question. What do you base your assessment on? Because yeah, the match wasn't great, but the match was better than what I thought it was going to be. Like they had some
But,
spots
like,
that it
we
was
also
clinky.
we came into that match with very low expectations, dude.
But like, what do you? Because like, what are you saying? Like, is a bad? Because you said that Jade's match was bad. You said that.
No, I didn't think Jade's match was bad. I thought it was okay. I thought Jade should have been better.
But
That
what
was my
is
thing.
okay? But so maybe I wasn't paying attention much because I was looking at Mercedes Moné and what's her name?
Like I did like the match. I literally said in the match, Naomi's making sure this will not fail.
Well, no, not that match. I'm talking about Charlotte and Tiffy. Like I was looking at.
You could tell. There was something you could tell. Like they flat out did not want to work with each other.
There was no
And you
flow
could
to the
tell right
match.
You could tell probably about 5 minutes in. And we've seen Charlotte wrestle at WrestleMania. Usually her matches are one of the best of the night. And you can tell when Charlotte's putting in full effort into a match. And this was not one of them.
She felt like, I think you mentioned it in the chat, she looked like she was sandbagging. She looks like she was going slow. It looks like she was intentionally trying to trip Tiffany up on some spots.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Does part of that come from her being hurt so recently, though? Like, is there ring rust from that?
No,
that's what
because she looked better in that match against BFAB, for fuck's sakes.
But I'm gonna give Charlotte a pass because I'm with Canadian Shane. I'm gonna give Charlotte a pass because she did come back. She ain't had that many matches, and maybe it was a confidence thing. I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna go back and look at it again because I don't. I mean, maybe y'all saw something. I don't know. Because I think Shane saw the same thing that I saw, that it looked more like ring rust than maybe she's not as confident as she used to be because with her injuries.
I did see that, but I did also see the sandbagging and the just absolute not wanting to work together. You could tell they weren't trying to really protect each other, and you can see that with Tiffy's teeth and everything.
No, I did see that. Okay, well maybe so. I'm gonna go back and watch it again. I can't really, like I said, I was watching Mercedes Moné and what's her name with the puppet?
Harley.
I was watching Harley because Harley's never mind. I'm sorry, this WrestleMania post show, but
We was watching Collision.
I ain't gonna lie, AW has my attention, but yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna go back and watch it. From what I saw, it looked like they were more stiff. That's what it looked like. It looked like that they were stiff. Like it was like y'all go out here and y'all get whatever the fuck y'all got out, get it out. It looked like they were. So I don't know. Maybe so.
But it's a match that I don't think anyone walked out of tonight craving to see the rematch at Backlash.
But the right person did win.
Right person did. So the night kicked off with Gunther versus Jey Uso.
Oh, dude, you're the same one that put that shit in the chat. I mean, in the fucking group.
Who are you talking to?
Christopher.
Oh, look at
Chris.
your comments.
Look
That
at
was
Chris.
not a cat fight. Go watch some old PCW. If you want to see a cat fight, go watch some old school PCW. That was not what a cat fight is.
Go watch Prime Jerry Lawler commentating Attitude Era women fight.
That was not a cat fight. That was a wrestling match. It just there was no chemistry. They were not getting along. They were not gelling. But it was not a cat fight.
Like a cat fight is like where they're on top of each other, pulling each other's hair, not throwing punches,
rolling around and shit.
Like exactly, like
this man watched the Katie Taylor versus Amanda Sterling. Like, yo, that's a cat fight.
Go watch some Beulah and Francine from ECW. That's a cat fight.
Oh man.
Brother watches a good UFC bout between women. Like, yo, this is such a great cat fight.
Don't tell me about cat fights. I had to sit through Jacqueline and Sable live. Okay.
Before we move on from Tiffany and Charlotte, I do have one question. How does Charlotte make spandex look baggy?
Because she looks like a...
Should Ric Flair and Rick Wig.
She got no ass.
Look, listen. In the other room. I ain't commenting on this one.
I know. I'm out of that one because
no, it's good we wedged that into the discussion.
I got to step away from that one.
Yeah, that's gonna be clipped, and then you're gonna be on there like our other friend got canceled, and
I ain't play that.
Bro, Tiffany already got her teeth fixed.
She's gonna play it at the wedding,
right?
Yo,
be like, so what are you saying about that?
So the I got the post show on the other screen. They already fixed Tiffany's teeth.
Well, yeah. I mean, they got doctors on site.
You definitely have someone back there for that shit. Didn't they fix like Cesaro's teeth night of?
No, he had to have like real surgery and shit.
No, Cesaro
he was out for a while.
No, Cesaro kept his teeth like that though. He kept his teeth like that on the next night on purpose to show what they did.
Because it was like all like pushed up into his gums and shit.
Mm-hmm. But he kept his tooth like that, and then he went and got. I remember that.
NXT, yeah. So Jey Uso versus Gunther kicked off this card.
Didn't do nothing for me. Wasn't anything different than any of the other matches.
Well,
it felt the same from their Saturday Night Main Event match, except Jey won. The only thing that was unexpected was Jey winning by submission.
I don't know why it's almost similar to Mox and Samoa Joe. I don't understand why he tapped out so fast.
Because he took 4 fucking splashes.
But still,
man took 4 splashes and then started to get choked out.
Exactly. Have you been punched in the chest before? Have you been punched in the stomach before?
Yes, I have.
Have you been splashed? So you telling me 200-pound man?
Exactly.
Times. I still don't think he should have. I think he still should have had more fight. Just tap out in 3 seconds.
But like, the tap.
Bro, he took 3 fucking. What do you? Good lord, this is like on Thursday. What the fuck do you want, dude? Jesus, he should have took 10.
He splashes.
Exactly.
Kickouts.
Exactly. He's like, I want 10 splashes.
I know it's fun that he took 3 splashes, but I just don't. I think Gunther, being Gunther, should have had more fight than to just tap out in 3 seconds.
Bro, he took 3 fucking splashes.
I also didn't like the submission finish because I felt that it should have been a finish that the crowd could have got into, counting the 3 count for the big win.
You don't know. You don't need that. This was a story more about.
I agree.
This was more of a story about Jey Uso getting a dominant win, and that's what he needed. They've already faced each other 3 times. This was the 4th time they faced each other. He needed a dominant win, a decisive win. This is decisive because now Gunther can't say, "Oh, you can't wrestle," or it's a fluke because Gunther tapped out. Who has made Gunther tapped out? This was a smart finish for Jey Uso to build Jey Uso as legitimate.
Just one other person in WWE, Dragunov.
Okay, but that's fucking different, bro. Like that dude's like a fucking. That doesn't fucking count.
But why are we building Jey Uso? Like, I get he's a main eventer now, and like he's this big name, but he just admitted he only has a few more years left in the ring. So why are we not building more for Gunther than for Jay when Gunther's going to be more of the future?
Because Jay Uso is the champion, and you want people to get behind him as champion because you want to continue to sell merchandise. And when you are the champion and you take it to another level and you sell merchandise, people get behind you. Why would you not build your champion?
Because there's been so many people who have become champion because they were big merch sellers and like the fan favorite, and they just dropped. Look at Kofi. Kofi was selling a ton, and then just everything dropped. People turned on him.
Okay,
that wasn't why Kofi became champion.
But here's the thing, though: Kofi's wins were not flukes. Kofi's win outside of Brock Lesnar squashing him in like 6 seconds. Kofi's wins were legitimate wins. He was a legitimate champion that won matches. Why would you not listen? Let me explain something to you because I don't think that you get it. When you have faced somebody and gotten your ass whooped 3 times, what is going to look stronger to you? Somebody that takes a splash and get. Now, I agree. Now, the one thing that I will agree on, if he probably would have took 4 splashes and would have got a decisive pin, 1, 2, 3, yeah, I could see that. But he took 3 splashes it made sense creatively. He took 3 splashes to the ribs. Now, we can decide that, hey, he probably should have lasted longer before tapping out, but he took 3 splashes to the ribs. Jey Uso got revenge for his brother because let's be real, Jey Uso has been choked out by Gunther. It establishes Jey Uso more of a main event person, and it establishes him like a strong person that can get the job done.
This is hypocrisy from a lot of people here. You guys complained when WWE pushed Zack Ryder when he was super popular and then dropped it. You guys wanted Ryder to push the move. You guys wanted Rusev pushed to the moon. You guys want just name it. Any guy that was super over the crowd, you guys wanted to push straight to the top. They finally do it with someone, and it's not good enough. Like, what are we doing?
And I don't think using the excuse of, well, he's going to retire in 2 years, 3 years is a reason why not to push him now while he's still super over.
Exactly. Like that's
why are you gonna not put the title on him after all this just because he says that he's at the end of his career in a few years?
That's just done. And nobody's saying that he's gonna be the. Nobody's saying that he's gonna be the.
He's not doing the Roman run.
Nobody's saying that he's gonna be the face of the WWE. But I mean, dude, like, why not? Would you put him in a position starting off to be stronger?
I'm not saying not do that. I'm just saying I think the submission way to do it was the wrong way. I agree with Brandon. I think a pinfall would have been better for the crowd and just the way to play it out. And a submission wouldn't have hurt Gunther. Like the submission, I think hurts Gunther more than it helps Jay.
No, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna tell you the. Go ahead, Brandon.
This statement, Gunther is still young, is kind of bullshit when we're comparing to Jey Uso. They're only 2 years apart.
38 and
Jay's
40.
39. Gunther is 37, going on 38. Like, and WWE has.
Why is your arm raised like that?
Next guys going.
Why's your arm raised like that? Yeah, you may want to put that down. No, I bet so.
Like this, not like
no,
that.
It ain't. It's slanted, bro. Hey, was it slanted? Was it slanted? It was.
Listen, I'm just gonna say he's upset about Paul Heyman. I'm gonna leave it at that.
You're trying to get me fucking canceled.
I should have took a picture. Do it again. Go ahead. I won't say nothing. Let me take a picture and show Duffy. Duffy, look at this shit.
You can't really, like, my arm's like stuck in like the.
No, it wasn't, because what makes it worse is that when you extend your arm like that, it cuts off like at the hand, so it just looks like the arm is extended and it's applied. So you don't really know what the fuck you're doing.
Like I lost my hand.
Exactly. Exactly. Like it's just your arm. So you.
But no, WWE is more concerned about the next 3 months than the next 3 years when it comes to on screen.
That's fair.
They have their guys, their future like megastars for the next 10 years set. And you saw it tonight in one of them, and Jacob fought too. So why not push Jay now, who is your number one merch seller, over Gunther, who, let's be honest, the world title reign was pretty mediocre.
I have a bigger issue and nobody's mentioning.
What is it?
Sure.
You're talking about the legitimacy. Brandon, Shane, I agree with you, but it's not for the reason that you think about the legitimacy of Gunther. What are we doing when this dude has long title reigns, but to consecutively lose at WrestleMania twice? Like, what are like? I get it, but it's I'm not complaining. I'm just saying it's weird how Gunther will be like. It looks like it's making it seem like WrestleMania. I know that he won against Sheamus and Gunther at 39. But what I'm saying is it just it feels weird how this dude will hold the title for most of the year, will win matches for most of the year, and the last two losses that he's had has been at WrestleMania. Like the only two losses, I think there was another one, I can't remember when it was, but
Cody.
two of his three losses have been at WrestleMania. And the loss to Cody wasn't really about anything. I mean, he lost in the pin-up to Cody, and it was champion versus champion. He didn't really lose anything. Like, are we not going to talk about that?
How about to find out if Gunther can actually do a feud without the crush of a title? Because we really technically have not seen that since he
Ever?
first hit NXT in the US. Because in NXT UK, he always had the UK championship.
That's what I'm saying. He's
From
been
the time
like
of his
champion.
debut to the time he left.
That's what I'm saying. He's been like an 8-time. Like he's been like 80% of the time being champion.
The longest he went, I'm pretty sure, without being champion was when he debuted for NXT in the US to like probably whenever the hell he won the IC title after his main roster. He was only in NXT for the US for like what, a month?
Yeah, it was pretty
2
quick.
months.
Yeah.
And then he went to the main roster and he won the IC title like what, a month and a half in.
Yep. Something like that.
So he's pretty much been champion or involved in a championship feud of some sort the entire time except for a 2-month period. Now
I just hope he doesn't come up.
What can he do?
I hope he doesn't come the same excuse though. Oh, I feel like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders, like he came in last year. But that's the thing. Where does he go from here? Who is he going to feud with? Let's say he gets a rematch. He's going to get a rematch with Jay probably and lose that again. But then where do you go with Gunther from here?
He feuds with a wrestler.
I don't think you do.
That's
the rematch.
That's what they do. They're going to keep him on a pay-per-view, obviously, but he'll feud with somebody else.
I don't think you do the rematch.
So wait, now is the draft before or after Backlash? Because that's going to affect it.
They have not even announced a fucking draft. This motherfucker.
When they announce it,
what is he doing? Hello, Jacob.
Yeah, they announced the draft like 2 weeks before it happens. So
they're not, dude. They have not, dude. They probably will draft. They'll probably announce it if there's a draft. They probably announce it Monday.
Yeah,
it'll be announced Monday. But I don't put much stock into the draft.
Especially last year, when no one moved except for like 3 people.
That's what I'm saying. It's overhyped. More people moved in the transfer protocol than the
this
fucking
year,
draft.
Backlash of last year. This year there's going to be like a shit ton of people moving.
Oh,
just for the fuck of it.
Street Profits and Bianca are going to move to Raw. That's the only reason that I could see her winning. Legit see her.
Yeah. Actually, yeah.
If that's actually a good indication. If Bianca wins, Bianca's going to Raw. Because
if
they don't
Bianca
separate.
Wins,
there's gonna be a draft.
The tag titles on SmackDown.
No, they're not. No, they're not. Because they'll do that.
The champions.
No, they're not. No, they're not. Because they'll do that shit where they switch out the titles. Like the champions for Raw, if they're going to get drafted to SmackDown, and then they're going to switch the titles.
But this is just going based off of last year's draft, where whoever was champions, they stayed put.
Right, they weren't in the draft.
Yeah, but oh my gosh,
I don't think they're doing another title swap. I think
I
Becky and Charlotte ruined that one.
Yep.
No.
And who was it? New Day and Profits that just handed each other's titles to each other.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, but that made them think that the Becky and Charlotte one would go off smoothly.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna keep it open. Oh, Shane. Oh, do we get to the tag team match yet? I love how Big E. I loved how Big E came down and like interfered in the match, even though he's not fucking clear. Didn't you, Shane?
Oh, it was great. I loved it.
It was great, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was there. He was there in spirit. I feel like I could see him at ringside the whole time.
I told you he wasn't fucking going to ringside. I can't believe y'all fucking said that shit.
Anything was possible.
Y'all some arm. Y'all doing fantasy booking, not realistic. You got to go off how WWE books this shit in real life.
Well, I also didn't think that the Vikings were going to come out dressed as freaking Clash of Clans characters. So,
but why? Like it's WrestleMania, I could see
that
it.
has nothing to do with the damn outcome. We flat out said right on here, if Big E's not cleared, there's no fucking point of him interfering in this match. The whole point was to legitimize the New Day's heel turn by dropping Big E. So Big E gets his payback on them, and what? Nothing after that because he's not cleared.
That man was in his colorful suit, texting his girl probably like, "I'm gonna smash you later after I get done with the little post show and shit." See you at the party.
what do we think of the tag match? It was a Raw match. It was a TV match. There was nothing special about it.
It wasn't. It was a match. If it was a TV match, they would have announced it. Said, "Hey, this match is going to be on Raw."
Dude,
They announced it. They announced it's going to be at WrestleMania.
Okay. Stop being so semantic.
So it's a WrestleMania match.
It's the quality of the match. The quality of the match was not WrestleMania quality.
Oh, you mean like Jay and Gunther the fourth time?
That wasn't
LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu again.
That was the second best match of the night.
That was a better match.
Yeah, that was a great match.
And I don't think they've ever had a one-on-one before.
I'm
pretty sure that was the first time facing off. No, before the main event, LA Knight, don't shit on that match. LA Knight, Jacob Fatu was the match of the night before the main event.
I'm not shitting on the match. I'm shitting on the fact that Triple H seems to like to do matches and then do rematches.
I felt like that match served two purposes. One, to get a tag title match on the Mania, which I don't get why you don't do the better tag division for that one. And two, to pretty much switch the titles back to give the New Day the titles. New Day their moment.
I think that at a certain point, I think that there are certain people. I'll compare it to basketball. I think that there are certain people that no matter how good or bad they are, they're just going to make the All-Star game because they're synonymous with it. Like a LeBron. Like LeBron could miss half of the year and probably still make the All-Star team next year. Like that's what I think of. Like what I'm saying is that I think that when they looked at the matches and they say, okay, who are we going to put on WrestleMania? I think when you look at the New Day has been, and Kofi Kingston, Kofi has been synonymous with WrestleMania. I think that when you look at the original match of Rey Mysterio versus, El Americano, Rey Mysterio has been synonymous with WrestleMania, and I think that they would not put a WrestleMania out without New Day being on the match or Rey Mysterio being on the match. So as I get what you're saying, Brando, as far as the TV quality of the match, but I think that it's like, hey, we have these guys that, when you think of WrestleMania, you think of certain guys and you think of the New Day. So we're going to put the New Day on the pay-per-view card.
And I'm fine with them being on the card. I just felt that the tag match could have been more pizzazz to it. Match.
I do too. They could have, but I mean, to be fair, I mean, they only fucking built the match like 2 weeks before WrestleMania.
Yeah, the build for it is fine, but I'm saying the match by itself. If they just went into a match without build, they still could have put on a better match.
No, because part of it. Okay, I maybe I agree with that, but I think that the match would also have more hype if there was a legitimate build to the match, not 2 weeks before WrestleMania.
Yeah, well, they had plenty of time. I don't know why they waited so long.
Yeah, like because I actually thought that SmackDown was going to have a multi-man tag team match on their side for WrestleMania, and they announced the match for next week,
which is something I've been saying for months because they've been building the multi-man match for 6 months now with all the tag teams on SmackDown. So I don't get why they chose. I mean, they're trying to make the only thing I can come up is they're trying to make the SmackDown after Mania into something to be a bigger show than normal. But
I see a lot. In my opinion, I see a lot of God, dude. Close your fucking shirt.
No.
You fat fuck.
Not even fat.
I see a lot of similarities between Triple H's booking and Vince's booking. What I mean is that Triple H, I think that towards the end, I think that Vince was more like, especially with the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, I think that was a good, hey, let's put everybody that doesn't have a match on the card, let's put them on WrestleMania, but they'll be in the Battle Royal. And then like most of the women's roster, like that one year they had like 8 women's WrestleMania tag team showcase, and then like they had another women's match, and every woman had a match at Mania almost. Like I think that Triple H is going back to like, hey, we're gonna keep it simple. This is the card. Hey, we're still invested in you, but we can't get everybody on the card, no matter how much we try. We can't get everybody on the card. So this is what we're gonna, and that's why I say I go back to, well, when you think of who has the edge, do you put the Street Profits on there, or do you put the New Day? I probably, with more experience and with more of a name synonymous with more people know, you're probably going to go with the New Day. I mean, that's why.
I mean, in hindsight now, after what happened, it's probably better that the TLC match is on SmackDown because Ciampa freaking busted his face up.
Yeah.
So
which is weird because he was just at the Hall of Fame with a full beard.
Yeah, he tripped this morning, he said, and smashed his face this morning.
I think regardless, New Day actually deserved to be on the Mania card, I think. Like, this match still should have happened on the Mania card.
Why
is
that?
I think the reason behind it. I think the New Day, well, for starters, if you want to legitimize the tag divisions, I do believe both tag titles should have been on the line at Mania. But if you had to do a Raw Tag Team Championship match, New Day has been the best heel tag team on Raw since they turned.
And what else?
Viking Raiders are just champion. That's the only reason why they're fucking on there.
No, exactly. And what else? Keep going. Because you're going to give me my credit because you know where I'm going. You put the tag team titles on the New Day, and what does it do? How long have they been a tag team? It legitimizes. Thank you.
And you know what? A certain tag team in NXT lost today.
You know what? It doesn't matter because Hank and Tank won, baby.
I'll eat crow on that one. It's impressive today.
Yeah, but Heavy Machinery 2.0 brought it.
What'd you say?
Heavy Machinery 2.0 brought it.
Bro, don't steal my shit because I started calling them that. You steal a lot of people's shit.
He steals your shit.
All the time.
Yeah, it's just yours.
I don't know why.
I'd be like, Bobby would sit there and be like, yo, I love ham sandwiches and beef. Rando would just
listen,
I
Bobby, I want to just say this in all fairness.
Oh
I've seen him steal some of your shit too in the chat. I'm just saying.
I know he does.
Okay, just saying.
But he does it in a smart ass way where he knows he does, and he knows I know. Like he does it on purpose.
When you do it like 5 seconds after Bobby says.
No, the only I did 5 seconds was using the same. It was using the
I
same
wait
gift
like
he did.
2 weeks and be like, "Yo, guess what I just thought of?"
Oh my god! Like I make so Brando.
It's low key giving you credit. So imitation is the sincerest form of flattery.
So you asked earlier, where's my line? Where did I get that from? I legit created a GIF. Like I went on YouTube and I created a video of like just Ric Flair's. That's my line. That's my line. And these fuckers stole it from me, and they were using it like 5 seconds. so some of the stuff that they use is shit that I deleted that I created.
I held on to it. I waited for Bobby to do something like months later, and I fucking dropped it.
I was like,
but I was fine with the New Day. There's only 2 wrestlers from both nights that you could argue probably should not have been on the Mania card, and neither of them were officially on the Mania card anymore.
Exactly.
So I don't have an issue with New Day being on the Mania card.
Okay. Are they the greatest tag team in WWE history?
Yeah, they were before this.
Are we basing them as being the greatest tag team by the amount of tag titles they have, or by their skill?
Is your opinion?
I don't think. I think if we're basing it, obviously you can make the claim because they've had 12 tag titles, which is more than anyone. But as far as we're looking just skill, I would not say they're the greatest tag team. I think there's better tag teams.
Who'd you say?
The Bulldogs were better in ring.
No. Who do you think is the greatest tag team in
of
WWE
all time?
history?
In WWE history?
Yes. Because when you start getting outside of WWE, yeah, that's subjective. It's pretty hard to disagree with who anybody picks if they just go overall, overall. But I'm just talking Skrully in WWE history. Who is the greatest? Who do you think is the greatest tag team in WWE history?
See, I feel like my answer is going to sound biased because I'm leaning towards the Dudley Boys.
I mean, that's not biased. Most people pick the fucking Dudley Boys.
Yeah, but it's also I'm biased because I'm very huge fan of OG ECW.
Okay, well, I mean, that's still your opinion. Who do you think? That's why I asked, who do you think?
I think the Dudleys were a better tag team.
Shane, who do you... Oh, go ahead.
As far as their... automatically the answer would be Road Warriors, but from the Legion of Doom themselves in WWE, I would say no, because I don't think they did as good as when they were the Road Warriors outside of WWE. So if I'm going to give an answer, gun to my head, I'm going to say the Dudley Boys are the best tag team in WWE history.
Shane, who do you think who is your greatest WWE?
If it's not the New Day, I gotta go with the Usos. I see Christopher said the Hardys, and I think they're a good option. But I don't know. I think Usos, the things they've accomplished, their chemistry in the ring, and they've had amazing matches. They helped put New Day on the map. They really helped the bar. I think Usos.
I'm actually going to pick somebody that's a tag team that is different, and the reason that I'm going to pick them, biscuits and gravy.
Ding, ding.
No, that's what you sound like. But anyway,
man, that's what you sound like trying to touch your knees in the morning when you're waking up trying to stretch.
That is, and they crack like Rice Krispie treats. But. That's Duffy. Hey, you guys. But the greatest tag team to me, they weren't together long. They were only together in the Attitude Era. But when you stack them up against who they faced, they beat y'all's favorites, and it's Edge and Christian. They beat everybody. Now they weren't together long, obviously. No. Edge and Christian.
That's the most overrated fucking team in history.
No, well, they never won the tag team titles, though, right?
Exactly.
Who?
The Rockers.
Rockers.
Technically, no.
They get thrown in these like all-time tag team. discussions because Shawn Michaels was that motherfucker.
I think there's a difference between like nostalgia and then when we're going off of like nostalgia and actual like okay they've actually I remember them beating them and it just seemed like every time so they faced the Hardys every time that they faced the Dudley Boys Edge and Christian would always win like and I know that they're only 7-time tag WWE tag team champions but Edge and Christian I mean to me, and I know that I'm only going off because of the fact that I watched in the Attitude Era, but they just beat everybody. They beat y'all. They beat y'all's faves. I'm your favorites. They beat y'all's favorites.
Well, then to be fair, the Dudleys beat them too because they hot potatoes those tag titles during that time period.
But what's
the Dudleys didn't beat?
Huh?
Guess who the Dudleys didn't beat?
Who?
The New Day.
Would they have one match?
They had like 3.
Oh.
Well, the reason I have the New Day is because they have
but hold on,
and they do have the catalog.
Let me rebuttal back to Brandon real fast. But Brandon, you are now I'm gonna use it against you. You're a diehard EC. If you ask mostly anybody, I'm not gonna go that route. To me, I do remember the Dudleys beating them, but I remember Edge and Christian beating the Dudleys and the Hardy Boys more. That's why I say Edge and Christian because
Edge and Christian got the bigger wins because they got them at the Mania at the TLC matches.
Exactly, and it just seems like that they were the GOAT. Like they won. Like they. So I get it. I'm not hating. I'm just saying it could go either way. You know, the Dudley Boys, Edge and Christian. Do I think that the New Day is the greatest tag team? No, because I mean, yeah, you won it 12 times, but I mean, you part of that was you did it with Big E. This is a different variation of New Day. It's not even the same New Day, so I don't even consider that's the same criteria.
Plus, how many times was it Kofi and Woods who won the tag titles as opposed to any combination of the other guys?
Yeah, and one of the times it was like a Freebird rule, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think the first time they won it, they were using the Freebird rule.
Yeah.
I think they did it a few times because they did it on SmackDown and they did like 3 matches with the Usos and they did each combination they could.
Well, let's move on over to El Grande Americano from the Gulf of America.
What the fuck was that?
And Rey Fenix.
What the fuck? This is the only thing. Go ahead.
I don't get it.
Thank you.
If Rey Fenix was going to be put in a match, you have him win. The dude just debuted.
Like, what
Instead, you have him lose. Yes, I know it was fluky, and I know it was not a clean finish. But, like, if you were just going to have him go out there and lose and pretty much just fill the Rey Mysterio hole, you were better off choosing somebody else.
Exactly.
I think there was...
off.
I'm going to give you multiple reasons it happened. It was I think the AAA announcement changed it because this way you have Vic. I can't even say his fucking name.
El
Vikingo.
Thank you. You have to have him appear, and if he wins, you don't have him come out to console Rey. That's part of the reason I think that changed. But you could have done that with Dragon Lee and not have Phoenix eat the pin either. And like Brandon said, it wasn't clean, so at least he's protected in the fact that it wasn't a clean loss.
So I'm gonna tell y'all something. I since Rey Fenix has debuted, I haven't been watching SmackDown, so I thought that Dragon Lee was facing El Americano. So when I first heard Rey Fenix's music, I'm like, oh shit, Dragon Lee got some badass new music. But then it was, wait a minute. But then I saw Rey Fenix come out in the jacket and it didn't click at first. I said, when the fuck did Dragon Lee start wearing a jacket and start acting like from the barrio? I'm like, oh shit, that's Rey Fenix.
Well, I mean, Tessitore called him Dragon Lee like 5 times on SmackDown.
I'll say this: Ray Phoenix's so far is not hit like Penta's did right off the bat.
Well, it's two different people. I always felt that Ray Phoenix didn't have the charisma.
It's been the same.
Penta has always had more charisma and always been pushed more than Ray has, even back in TNA. Penta was the world champion. Huh?
They weren't in AEW. Phoenix was the more pushed one.
Talisa, he should, because shit, he ain't been. When's the last time he had a match?
Everyone should be turning
technically last night.
Duffy's in here starting crap now.
This dude's picked someone outside the LWO to replace someone for him.
I just like, go Ray.
That man don't give a fuck about the LWO.
He does. Why the fuck do they got to come out to that generic LWO music when Rey Mysterio comes out to his music?
Ray gets Booyaka, and they come out to like a mix of Eddie Guerrero's theme, and then just... now you see why Santos left.
I don't blame him.
Carlito too.
I mean, the tag team. Yeah, the tag team isn't even competing for the tag titles or in contendership. That's Ray and Dragon Lee.
Dragon Lee. They're talking about somebody they wasting. Why you got all these fucking luchadors? Why you gonna get a luchador company? You don't even know what the fuck to do. They're gonna fucking make them slow down their wrestling. I guarantee it. They're gonna make them. Let us show you the WWE way of doing it.
I'm interested in what the hell is gonna happen with them.
Like that shit that Vikingo does, he's gonna have to stop that shit. Like he can't do a 450 off the top of the ring rope and almost knock himself out anymore.
He'll be the first. He'll be the first dude on NXT going forward full time or main roster.
Okay, so interesting question about AAA with all this is, I noticed that JBL appeared in AAA and TNA, and now they're both working with WWE. Do you think there's any connection there, or is that just a random coincidence?
No.
They dropped the whole JBL thing in TNA also. I don't think he's appeared in months.
Yeah,
the biggest loser out of this AAA deal is Alberto Del Rio.
Oh God!
I will say the one highlight of that match was that 450 graveyard drop that Gable did, or I'm sorry, Americano did. That was pretty sick.
Didn't make the card.
Yeah, that was pretty sick.
I mean, it was
luchador in the world.
Whatever.
Yeah, I don't like that Ray Phoenix.
Like, bro,
you could have put Dragon Lee in there, and it still would have made sense, considering Dragon Lee has former ties to AAA.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what? What are we doing? The man put a plate in his fucking helmet and a fucking mask, and knocked him out. Like, what are we doing?
That's an old school thing, though, from mask guys.
I had never seen that before, but also I'm like, that's fucking genius. All you got to do is headbutt him. Like,
a man took out his knee and then knocked him the fuck out.
He took out his foot.
Oh fuck, foot, whatever.
It was the same one that he fucking broke, which is
hilarious.
It was the same foot that he
go for his fucking arm.
Oh my God! Wasn't Ray Phoenix the one that went through? It was Ray Phoenix in AEW that was in Ring of Honor. Yeah, it was the same foot.
His arm.
It was. I legit thought that he had hurt his foot again. I'm like, dude, he fucking broke his foot again.
That's because you're not used to seeing Ray Phoenix sell because he had 5 years of AEW.
Listen, you stop that shit.
Hey, you're talking about the former AEW International Champion
and Trios Champion.
He was a triple.
Let me say this, and I know we haven't gotten to Roman, Seth, and CM Punk yet. I hate. When the fuck did it become cool to take a move and then 5 seconds later hit your move and then you get knocked out? That you have the wherewithal to hit your fucking move and then you get knocked out. That makes no sense to me.
Oh, you're talking about the spot where they hit all their finishers?
All their finishers, like Seth got GTS into the rope and then hit a curb stomp and then he fell. Like I'm not talking about the match. I ain't talking about nothing else. I'm like, also y'all doing what AEW does now. Okay, so y'all just gonna take AEW shit. Y'all gonna take all their stuff.
Well, AEW
you gonna took
New Japan, so and the Indies. So that's where all that comes from. It's not from exclusively AEW.
Pretty soon, WWE is gonna be like WWE. We're the best entertained.
Where the big boys entertain.
Yeah, like some shit like that. Like they're literally like, dude. So somebody posted in the group. I ain't trying to get off topic, but somebody posted in the group like, dude, they're legit copying what AEW fucking did. Their partner and they bought a AAA. Now they're doing Worlds Collide with AAA when AEW did it first with Forbidden Door. I'm just like, dude, y'all really don't want these motherfuckers to win at all, do you?
Well, on the pre-show, they did say that they're doing Worlds Collide, and it was based actually on when WCW did it with AAA 30 years ago.
But okay, but who has been doing it the last few years? Come on, Brandon.
I know. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that's what their narrative is on why Worlds Collide.
Okay. Save Christopher's comment, but let's get back on track. What was the?
Well, I guess we're up. Are we up to the main event?
No, we still got 2 of the matches before the main event. I couldn't. No event aside from Vikingo. I don't think I could tell you one name in Rio. Anyone from AAA.
Well, I mean, I'm not trying to be funny. I mean, look at you. I mean, I understand.
Well, can you name multiple people from AAA?
Sure can.
I mean,
you live in Texas.
Oh yeah,
so you probably know. I know they got a midget league down there. So are we getting midget wrestling back in WWE?
Hornswoggle is with the company right now. He got invited for WrestleMania weekend. Let's bring Hornswoggle back.
Midget La Parca down there. I'm pretty sure.
Is that CMLL or is that AAA?
No, it's AAA. They got like.
So we got Vampiro. We got New La Parca.
I think it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Apparently, Crazy Steve is under contract.
Wait till they buy Micro Championship Wrestling.
They won't. Hogan was associated with that. They won't do that.
Get ready. They react. New Japan's probably next.
Well, if you ask Kevin Kelly.
Yeah. I think it's next regardless. Business is bad out there.
I actually saw someone put a tweet out saying that people always saying that going to the WWE is the big leagues, but it's a Western idea because they just discard New Japan, which is the big leagues. And I'm like, New Japan has not been the big leagues for many, many years. They do not have.
New Japan's going to be bought out. That's my prediction by the end of the year. New Japan will be bought out, most likely by AEW by the end of the year.
And then what happens to it?
That's their expansion right there.
Same issue they have with Ring of Honor. They kind of just have things going on, and then people appear on AEW from time to time.
They do that anyway.
You know what? It's just because of the. You know what? You have a national treasure in the learning tree, and you don't even appreciate the fact that he was your Ring of Honor World Champion.
He made sure you dropped that before he released his shitty ass single he just dropped.
I mean, I think we have to wait to know what exactly they're going to do with AAA, WWE. Are they going to turn it into NXT Mexico? Are they going to allow it to continue to exist on its own, but just be owned and then, crisscross people? So I guess it's more, TBD and to be determined to see what exactly they plan with it.
Crisscross people. It's just, is it still going to be AAA or is it going to be NXT Mexico? And how frequently are they going to run shows down there? Or in general?
Yeah. So again, to be determined.
But it looks like they're committed to all their shit right now, and then when that Worlds Collide show happens, that's when WWE takes over.
Well, I mean, they're getting involved in a lot of shit. I mean, they just sent people to appear in Bloodsport, then this now, and there was another one. I can't remember what it was, but yeah, they've just had more involvement with a bunch of companies now.
You have to.
But it's weird that this show is going to be on at 3 in the afternoon.
Why?
I don't get that. It's
On
going
a
to be
Saturday?
I think when the hell the 7th is, so it's either Saturday or Sunday.
Is there
what?
If there's
Yep. Go ahead, say it. I was going to say it, but you go ahead.
There's probably a UFC event.
That's probably why.
Let me check.
That's the only reason they would have. I mean, it's from LA, so it's going to be a 12 o'clock start. But yeah, that's the only thing I can think of is they don't want to cross over with a UFC event.
Yep. UFC event's actually a big one too. So yeah, that probably is why.
Yep.
So I have a theory, and y'all can tell me if I'm wrong. I think that AEW has forced WWE to change the way that they do things.
In which sense?
Number one, AEW. So here's the thing. I think that Triple H can say what he wants to. There's a difference between actually being successful and then just being in the red all the time and being a millionaire. I think that the issue is, and I want to make sure that I word this right. I think that the issue is that AEW is an alternative to, like, they have a national TV deal. They're touring. They're doing big stadiums. They're growing their brand. So it's not necessarily like imperative that people go to WWE now. And so I think that with AEW, I think that when they partnered with New Japan Pro Wrestling, number one, I'm gonna go back to what I said. Even though it was a failure, AEW partnered with TNA. WWE partners with TNA. What happened? AEW partnered with CMLL. Triple H. WWE brought WWE brought by AAA. AEW partners with New Japan Pro Wrestling. WWE partners with Noah. What's that? There's a women's league that AEW partnered with, and then there's a women's league that WWE partnered. There's a women's league that WWE partnered with.
Shimmer for AEW and Marigold for
Marigold. Yeah, exactly. So I think that WWE is having to be forced and to change the way that they've been doing stuff and partnering with these outside companies because AEW is gaining I'm not going to say they're not competing with WWE, but I think WWE is going to snuff out any attempt of AEW trying to gain ground.
I'm going to say I think it's a Triple H thing first and foremost. I think that's part of them working with other companies and being open to working with other companies finally. I think the Marigold situation was because whoever started Marigold, I don't remember the guy's name, didn't he get fired from a certain company? And then he started Marigold, and then, they basically followed this guy who they wanted to work with as he created Marigold.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was Rosie Agua.
Yeah.
He was in charge of, I think, he created Stardom.
And then they booted him, and then he started Marigold. So they were trying to get in with Stardom, but instead he went to Marigold. But again, my original point and the main point is that it's a Triple H thing. He's got people with Bloodsport. He's got Natty going to NWA. We saw all the UK promotions they've been working with NXT. So this is definitely a Triple H mindset. The Vince mindset was no one else exists. We live in our own bubble. But Triple H knows, listen, the fans aren't stupid. There's other companies. Plus, like you said, expanding your waters, you could bring in more people. You got Julia, you got Stephanie. You're going to have Bacano. There's all these different people. So, again, it's also the business changes. We're on a different business, completely different now. So, you got to change with the times.
Yeah, I definitely agree with Brandon. Because if you think about it, this happened actually pre-COVID, the Triple H mindset, because of doing the women's tournaments, the cruiserweight tournaments, bringing people in from other companies for that, and then starting NXT UK. Like this whole mindset was there from Triple H before AEW, so or around the same time. So I think it's definitely a Triple H thing, like you said.
And for the record, people saying that this AAA deal is in response to the Mexico Grand Slam is so ridiculous to even try to connect those dots. For anyone to think that this AAA deal happened in the last 3 days is smoking some good shit.
He won't share though.
Well, he was sharing with Shawn Michaels last night. They were giving each other shotties as he was walking out.
No, he just likes rats.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens with AAA and what else they're bringing in, because it looks like they're going for at least a presence of some sort in every legitimate region, I think.
But that's also a Triple H thing, because that's something he's always said that he wanted to do, was have an NXT basically in every country.
I mean, it makes sense. Expansion.
Yep.
When the freeze between TKO after they acquired like WWE and stuff, how long until they make a run at TNA?
I think it all has to do if Anthem's willing to sell.
Or was this more of a situation of the business of AAA was not doing good and a sale was kind of an easy way out for the people that owned it?
I mean, that could be a reason. I mean, we got to get more information as, it becomes available, but it could be that, it could be that, WWE approached them and, as Ted DiBiase would say, everyone's got a price.
Exactly. And I'm gonna say this. I don't say shit about TNA anymore, because TNA I've been saying them motherfuckers gonna sell for like 20 years now. Them motherfuckers still in business. So
they're the cockroaches of wrestling.
Like they just won't go away. So fuck, I'm not even gonna attempt to give an opinion on if
Given
TNA.
This, they have like the best looking championship titles now. That new one they just introduced on Friday looks amazing.
I will say this, though, to answer the question. If Anthem really wants to unload it, I guarantee you WWE will acquire TNA.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But I don't think that they're selling.
Yeah, I'd have a hard time seeing WWE buy a U.S. promotion unless it was like about to go under. I think their goal, I wouldn't be surprised if they go after Marigold next. And keep.
It makes me wonder if AAA and stuff will be on Netflix too at some point. Like, because Netflix really likes their like global shows and stuff. So if WWE expands theirs globally, Netflix might love that.
Probably.
I mean, then the other thing is WWE does have a history with AAA back in '97. They, for the Royal Rumble in San Antonio. They worked with AAA. Mil Mascarenas was in the Royal Rumble, and so there is some sort of history there between them working together. Granted, it's been 2 decades, but just saying it's there.
We kind of skipped around, but our next match is LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu.
Fucking horrible. That match sucked.
Right Guy won. Was a good match. LA Knight hit a really good move, catching him on that moonsault. I like the grab of the rope, but it was Jacob Fatu's coming out party as a singles guy, and now it's most likely going to lead to Solo turning on him.
And all that great match. That's the second best match of the night. And Shane said, what was that? LA Knight had no talent. You had to see talent. Did you see talent tonight?
That match sucked.
I did. I was also joking about it, but yes, no, that was great. I am glad that LA Knight was. I don't know. He seemed more stable on his feet, and some of the things that
versus on his back
just keeps bringing out is amazing.
Versus on his back?
No, just
what are you talking about?
A lot of times when he would jump to the top. No, he slips a lot. Like when he would jump to the top rope, he'd always slip.
No, he wouldn't.
Yes, he would. There's multiple episodes of SmackDown that has.
He's hit that jumping elbow for freaking months now. He's never slipped.
Oh, the elbow. No, when he jumps up to grab them for the superplex.
Bro, there's 2 people fucking up there. Everybody slips. What are we doing?
We've only seen LA Knight.
I wouldn't slip. I'd land it.
Bro, I'd like to see you get that high first off.
I like to see him get to the third rope. Never mind the second.
Dude, I just like to see his feet leave the ground. That match,
motherfucker, they're on a ledge of a chair right now. Okay, they're not touching the ground. I'm floating. I got this shit.
That match sucked.
LA Knight is a more charismatic Miz.
Oh yeah, fine. I'll be serious. Y'all don't even take my trolling anymore. Y'all just ignore me. Listen, I'm gonna say this. There is no fucking way that Jacob Fatu is a fucking heel. There's no fucking way. I don't care what he's billed as. Dude, he's not a heel. He got just as big of ovation as Jay.
Yeah, and that's why most likely on Friday is when Solo and Tama Tonga are gonna turn on him.
Interested in see Tama Tonga at all during the entrance, and even more interested that neither Solo or Tama Tonga came out, but Haku did.
Solo came out at the beginning.
I heard that Tama Tonga's regretting joining WWE because they ain't got shit for him.
Well, I think he's on a
he wasn't
waiting pattern until Tonga Loa gets back, so they go for some tag titles.
It may not look it now, but he's better off being in WWE right now because I don't think New Japan would have re-upped him because they're running into some shit. And he'd be in a worse situation in AEW right now.
He would just be a part of it.
Unless he wants to go do GCW or MLW.
He'd be a part of the Don Callis family.
He wouldn't even be he'd be in the Jake Roberts
Yeah, he'd be in the Jake Roberts family, even though Jake's never on TV.
Jake shows up once. Jake's AEW Santa only shows up once a year.
Can we please get to the fucking main event?
Let's get to the
main event. Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte.
We already spoke about
this. We talked about that.
We already talked about this already.
Get to the fucking main event, please.
You want to get to the main event? Fine. The main event. Where was Lex Luger?
I hate you.
Or should I say Lux Luger?
I don't know.
Exactly, Lux Luger.
I don't know, but when Triple H shook Brett's hand, Brett kind of gave him a look after he turned.
Wait, time out. When is Brett not pissed? Let's get that straight.
I don't know, but nobody caught the shade that Brett was throwing And I caught it all, and I was laughing. This keep it simple. When you work with somebody that respects you, I was like, Brett, you're a dick, but you're a funny dick. Oh, I love Bret Hart. Y'all, there's no Bret Hart slander that will ever be allowed around me. Bret Hart is funny.
I hope they have Bret Hart in attendance for Goldberg's final match this summer.
Jesus.
It's probably going to be at SummerSlam.
I hope he doesn't. I hope he doesn't come back. Can we get to the fucking main event?
Get to the main event.
Why don't you want to get to the main event, Bobby?
Who got pinned in the main event?
Because I need a rant.
Okay, Grant.
Roman Reigns.
Before you start, 1 second. Get ready to record your clip for TikTok. This is going to be the clip right here.
Shit,
wait a minute. Wait. Who won the bet between you and Shane?
We don't know till tomorrow.
It's
for the Randy Orton match.
Oh, that's right. Orton. Let me explain something to you.
Yeah.
I do not fucking understand. I do not understand what the fuck. Why this motherfucker Seth Rollins always beats him, and it irks the shit out of me. I just don't fucking know why. Like, I think that upsets me more than the fact that he lost. It's like, I wouldn't have even cared if it was CM Punk. Like, if it was CM Punk pinning Seth Rollins, but why the fuck? Like, what? I'm done. I'm done. We're just, why did it have to be him?
Everybody needs kryptonite, and Seth is his kryptonite.
He just gets on my fucking nerve, bro.
With a K. Kryptonite with a K.
I get that shit. It was spelled correctly.
Yeah.
I don't fucking get it. Like,
we talked about it on Thursday.
Hey,
Roman gave the quote that he was pretty much, he's part-time, he's pretty much already starting to think about wrapping it up. Paul Heyman probably still wants to continue doing this.
What the fuck?
You already did Punk. You already did the Punk partnership. What's new? The Rollins
What
one.
the fuck are you talking about? I'm talking kayfabe. You're talking like in real life.
You're sad. It's okay, but it makes sense.
I fucking hate you. Like, what the fuck are you even talking about?
Listen, it's real simple. They're gonna move away. They're gonna move away from Punk, and now they're gonna focus. It's gonna be simply just Rollins, and it's gonna be simply Roman.
Oh yeah, he got his revenge coming. He got that ass up and coming. I can't wait.
So now it's probably gonna lead to SummerSlam, where Roman's gonna finally be able to pin Rollins and finally be able to exercise the demon of the Shield turning.
Look, Bobby.
What? Watch it, Brandon.
At least Dean Ambrose beat Seth Rollins.
Shut the fuck up.
And he hasn't been in WWE for almost 10 years now.
Shut up.
What did you think of the match itself? Forget the outcome. What did you think of the match itself?
It sucked.
It was a match of night.
Roman dominates the whole match just for that little weasel to fucking stab him in the back. Are you fucking shitting me?
It wasn't.
It was a match of the.
It was good. It wasn't enough to like elevate the whole card to being better than what it was. But it was a good match.
Was it the right call to make it the main event for night one?
Yes.
I mean, considering what the fuck that nothing else fucking happened, yes.
Yes, because Jay Gunther shouldn't fine match, but shouldn't have main evented, and then everything else.
No, I'm just saying. I'm not speaking just from the matches from tonight. I'm saying as the whole thing. Should there, like, the question was, should the women's three-way have main evented?
No, because you don't know what the fuck's going to happen tomorrow. Ask the question after. You know what? Shut the. I'm tired of hearing that shit.
It's terrible. Terrible. Terrible.
The whole
Lakers paint defense.
I mean, I thought the match was good. I thought obviously it was the best match of the night. Just as you expected, it most likely was going to be the best match of the night. We knew that, Paul was going to turn. I mean, we all agreed on Thursday that he was going to end up joining Seth. And especially once he got in the ring, you knew things were. When was the last time he actually got in the ring?
I think the funniest moment when he was doing that is for some reason when he low blowed Roman, he just started like twisting his arm for some fucking reason.
Yeah, I think he got caught in Roman's pants. He couldn't get his arm out.
I think he punched the fucking chair too.
He was just like in an awkward spot when he gave Roman the low blow. It was weird
because like he did it great the Punk, but then for some reason when he did it to Roman, dude's like fucking twisting his arm like he just like stabbed him or something.
Yeah,
gotta add that extra little impact,
Like he gave him the old dick twist.
And then Seth automatically went into heel mode.
So he pulled a Joey Bryan.
He pulled his arm away from the referee when the referee was trying to raise his arm.
Now, Bobby, just
What?
realize you were close to being there live and watching this.
Whatever.
You could have saw Paul.
I thought Bobby
turn
pulled
Roman Reigns with your own
Booker
eyes.
and fell asleep on us.
You know what? Booker was
Booker
dreaming
never
of it.
fell asleep either.
Booker fell asleep and was dreaming of the devil's kiss.
Booker's fucking wild.
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, man.
Just in regards to doing his thing. Yeah.
I think it probably would have been. I think it probably would have been different if I was there live, but I don't know. But to me, Saturday night is always slow, with the exception of last year. WrestleMania Saturday is always slow. WrestleMania is Sunday. I wait because I judge WrestleMania as a whole, not as like, oh well this night or that night. I judge it as a whole. So Sunday night may be redeemable enough to be like, okay, well this isn't one of the most boring WrestleManias in a while. They had, my thing is this: how the fuck do you have WrestleMania and you have no fucking, you ain't got no legends, you ain't got no surprises. So hopefully tomorrow lives up to the billing, because to be honest with you, this is the same. Because if this was AEW pulling this shit, we'd be all over this shit.
We know we're gonna get at least one surprise tomorrow because of the Randy Orton match.
We're gonna get two.
Tag match for the women's.
Becky's coming back.
Yeah, it's Becky. I mean, it's a little obvious. I mean, it's technically a surprise, but
such a terrible way to bring her back.
No, it's not.
You bring her back at the biggest show of the year.
Could have just waited a day.
No.
Now you got motherfuckers calling her Becky Hogan. Again.
They've been saying that to her about forever, though.
Now it's worse.
Did you see what Mercedes tweeted to Bailey?
Yeah, shut the fuck up. It was
what?
Like, let's be honest, you don't even want to be there.
Wait a minute, who said that?
Mercedes.
Yeah, Mercedes tweeted something to Bailey, like basically telling her, "Call me anytime," and like showed like
your ass here.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, you don't even want to be there. Like, stop. You're only there because WWE didn't want to pay you Charlotte money.
Or Becky money.
Listen, there will be no.
She'll be back eventually.
There will be no Mercedes Moné slander.
I praised her earlier and you yelled at me.
No, that's because you use it to slander fucking Jade.
Oh, so we see the pecking order at least. The pecking order. Jade's on top.
She didn't even say anything. The only thing she said was
Katie Forbes at the top.
Hold on a minute. The only thing she said was to pick up the phone. You got that from emojis?
Yeah, pick up the phone.
You got that fucking shit from emojis, bruh?
Yep.
Bruh.
Talk about reading into it.
Bruh, exactly. You got that from emojis, dude?
But you knew what she was saying. It's not that you don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure out what she was saying.
She didn't say nothing. She didn't say anything. She posted 3 fucking emojis.
You know the exact implication is stop.
These two dinosaurs up here do not understand the modern slang of emojis.
Oh,
okay. There's a finger pointing towards you, phone call, and then the face with money. What the hell else could that mean?
It could mean that, hey,
you call me, we make money in AEW. That's what it's saying.
That's not what the
that, or let's go hit the casino and make money.
No.
Okay, so what does it mean that she tagged Bailey and the finger pointing to her, a phone, and then the smiley face with the freaking dollar signs in the eyes and the tongue sticking out with the money?
Her gimmick is Mercedes Moné. She could just put a smiley face so she could cheer her up.
Oh, right after they booted her off of freaking WrestleMania.
Exactly.
No, she's saying she's going to come back and save Bailey.
No, that's not what. I thought that it was the fact.
Yeah.
I thought it was the fact that she was going to appear on AEW and call Bailey live. That's what I got from the tweet. I thought that she was going to appear on AEW, call Bailey live, and say, "Are you okay that you were left off WrestleMania?" That's what I got for those 3 fucking emojis.
Well, you read a lot into emojis, don't you?
Yeah, I thought she did 3 damn emojis, and y'all was saying, "Oh, it's her telling her to come to AEW." She didn't even mention shit. It's not.
Regardless of the fact, Bailey shouldn't have been on the Mania card to begin with.
She should.
Should Lyra have?
She should.
She's the Intercontinental Champion.
Lyra
She should have.
To defend her title, just to legitimize the mid-card titles, but not in a tag title match.
Listen.
Yeah,
I go
if
back.
We're going earning. It should have been Chelsea.
I go back to what I said earlier. There are certain people that are synonymous with WrestleMania.
Bailey's not one of them.
She is. What the fuck are you talking about?
Synonymous with WrestleMania?
Dude, every fucking time that she's available, she's on a WrestleMania card. What are you talking about?
No, she wasn't.
Yes, she was.
She literally They literally one year had nothing for her, and they're like, "Yo, you're just gonna go out there and host."
You mean okay? But she was on the card. She was still on the card. What are you
when
doing?
did Bailey ever host?
But we didn't go out of our way to make sure she was in a match.
Because she was on the. Oh my god!
Wait, time out. When did Bailey ever host?
Bailey never hosted no damn No,
she never hosted.
Bailey never hosted WrestleMania.
Yeah, she did. It was the year.
No, she did.
Mercedes main event.
38, 37, 37.
That or the year after? She hosted one of them because she did she did some stupid thing with Nikki Bella.
It was 36. It was 36.
And
that was the year Alexa.
Isn't that the one where like Hulk Hogan came out?
Yeah, that was Alexa
hosted 35.
No, 36 was fucking. 36 was WrestleMania PC.
Yeah, no one hosted that one. And
yes, it did. Mojo hosted it. Gronk hosted.
Okay,
Gronk hosted 36. 37 was tight.
How can you not remember?
37 was Titus and Hogan.
So then it was 30.
Bobby, how can you not remember who won the Andre Battle Royals, but you can remember the hosts of WrestleMania?
Because I give a fuck about shit that I care about. I don't care about the Andre Giant Battle Royal.
Oh,
that's just like if you
hosting WrestleMania.
That's just like no, it's not fuck Andre. No, I say I don't care about the Battle Royal. I don't care about a meaningless Battle Royal that doesn't have a build. That they just throw the wrestlers into the card that they don't do anything, that they don't have anything for them. That's like if you take me back, if you take me to a random segment during the Attitude Era, you take me to a random segment, don't give me a date or nothing, I can legit tell you what match it was and I can tell you what pay-per-view it was. Because I have to be.
You're ready for Cardi B hosting SummerSlam? Dude,
that shit is going. At least Cardi B is somebody that I like. Cardi B
Better
is
than
somewhat
Sexy Red.
exactly.
Yes.
Cardi B is if they can get Travis Scott, okay, cool. Cardi B is somewhat tolerable.
Travis Scott's probably gonna fucking wrestle at that event.
Cool. I don't mind it. They're doing more stuff mainstream anyway. You might as well just accept it.
I'm fine with Cardi B.
And Brandon's really looking. She did not host, did she?
No, I'm trying to find it right now.
Thank you.
I don't think she hosted.
Host.
That was the night. That was the year Alexa hosted. That Nikki Bella came out, and then Bailey came out to fuck with the Bella Twins, and then the Bella Twins.
Okay, so that's even worse,
dude. But she would no. What? Listen to me. Listen, Linda. Listen, Linda. Listen.
WrestleMania 37. Bailey hosted.
She did. Oh damn! I just had it up.
Just Googled it.
Listen to me, Linda.
When did Bailey host WrestleMania? First thing popped up. Bailey was the host of WrestleMania. The event was held on April 10th and 11th, 2021. Bailey was considered the host.
I don't know. I googled that same thing. It's Hulk Hogan and Titus O'Neil.
It was 30. It was
because that was the one after COVID. That was the one with Titus and Hogan.
Because the only reason I remember that is because Hogan got the shit booed out of him because they came out in that fucking sorry ass pirate gear, and Titus.
Really send the link in the chat. It's literally the first thing that pops up is a Bailey interview talking about when she hosted WrestleMania 37.
Hold on a minute. Bailey didn't officially host WrestleMania, but she was a prominent figure and part of the events lineup for WrestleMania 37. While not officially the host, Bailey was a major part of the show with her match scheduled to be a focus, but she was also disappointed in that position. She did not host.
According to this, she considers herself she was hosting. There's multiple interviews of Bailey reflecting hosting WrestleMania 37.
Right here, WWE Hall of Famers Hulk Hogan and Titus O'Neil served as the host of WrestleMania 37.
When you Google in when did Bailey host WrestleMania, it pops up WrestleMania 37.
No.
Multiple interviews of Bailey talking about hosting WrestleMania 37.
No. You know what it was? I know what he's talking about. Because it was Hogan, Titus, and Bailey. That's why. But the only reason that people remember is because Hogan got the shit booed out of him when he came out with Titus. That's what overpowered it because Titus and Hogan got booed. She was like the third host with Titus, and she was like in random. But my point is this. I'm not necessarily saying that Bailey even has to have a match. What I'm saying is that when you think of Bailey, she's not typically left off of the card like, oh, well, we're not going to put you on anything at WrestleMania, and then you're going to be on Raw the next night. She's literally
did it this year.
That's what I'm saying, but you don't normally hear that. Like you don't normally see, for certain people you don't normally see that. And she's one of them that I personally include with like Rey Mysterio, The New Day, and fucking Bailey. It's to a certain point that they've been there so long and they've been a part of so many WrestleManias that their status is pretty much cemented. I mean, they've pretty much done everything.
Triple H has been doing a bad job with the mid-card women's titles, and honestly, neither one of the mid-card champions have a story that really should be a WrestleMania match.
The fuck are you talking about? Mi Chin versus fucking
Oh no, it's Zelina Vega.
No.
So what?
They're both so over.
Excuse me? Hold on. What?
The worst fucking theme song.
What?
They've made it. No one knows who the fuck it is every time she comes out.
Are you bruh? Dude, hold on, man. Shane, when was the last time you went to a show? When was the last time
I was at a WWE show?
Yes.
2004.
Long time ago.
What year? Just give me a year.
Pre 2010.
2010.
Oh,
you want to know when? Hold on a minute. You want to know when's the last time I went to a fucking WrestleMania? Went to a live WWE show?
Last month.
When?
January. This chick came out. This chick, Lyra Valkyria, came out. Woo! Nobody gave a damn about her. There was nothing, no aura,
Yeah.
no nothing. She did that stupid woo. That chick is not over. I don't care what you say.
Oh, I wasn't saying that was over. I was saying that the feud with Michin is over.
Oh yeah,
Not
Michin,
over,
yeah.
but
No, I mean I know.
Complete,
Yeah.
but over.
Oh well, yeah. I mean I know it's over.
Yeah, that's poor choice of words.
But my bad. I thought you were talking about. I'm about to go off. Who?
Lyra's slowly starting to get fan support. You're
Man,
seeing it when you watch.
You're a sheep.
Not sheep. You can. It's just use your ears. You can see it.
Use your ears. You can see
You
it.
see it. That literally makes no fucking sense.
You're not getting like stone cold pops, but like you can tell there's a significant difference between.
No, what you mean to say?
You were there in January and now when she comes out.
Woo! No, all the thing we were doing in January was woo, woo. That's all.
Stay awake for that card.
We'll hear tomorrow.
Yeah, well, you know who's going to get the biggest pop of that match. It's going to be Becky, and the place is going to explode.
Or they may boo her.
I don't know. Okay, before y'all's bet real fast tomorrow, Shane, you said that it was going to be. You said it was going to be fucking Aldis, and Brandon, who did you say?
Rusev Day. It's Rusev is returning on Rusev Day.
I legit think that it could be. I legit think that it could be fucking Aleister Black.
It's not, and I'll tell you why. Because on SmackDown they gave the date for next Friday for all his teams.
But they've okay.
We're gonna wait on Black. I think it's Rusev.
I wouldn't be upset if it's Rusev.
It's Rusev or Aldis, but I think I'm leaning towards Rusev.
It ain't gonna be Nick Aldis.
I have been saying if they were going to be Aldis, they would have made a bigger deal of his first match in WWE and his first match at WrestleMania.
Shane has something to do tomorrow, don't you, Shane?
Convenient.
Yeah, I got Easter, but I'm gonna try and be here if you'll have me. But you know what? I will eat my loss if I lose.
Easter is over by the
time.
Easter's not over.
11 o'clock at night.
You first off,
I'm in Canada. Okay.
I'm sorry. Is that a completely different?
Shane, you might as well just record that video tonight, bro. What the fuck made you think that it was Aldis?
Of all, because he got 2 RKOs in 2 years.
Now, what happens if you're both wrong?
Then it's a push.
I'm telling you, it's going to be Aleister Black. That's what I'm going with. I don't care what the date says. It's going to be Aleister.
Okay, so the three of us say someone different. BT, who do you say?
He said Rusev already.
I think it's going to be.
So there's 2 Rusev, 1 Black, 1 Aldis.
Whoa! I'm about to say
still paid up for
I just want to say, Shane did say it for the record.
Wow!
He just backs up everything we've talked about.
What the fuck?
There it is again.
Wow! Like whoa, buddy.
What?
Wow. Man makes it to 10 o'clock at night and he just goes all racist on us.
Wow.
Oh my god. I haven't even paid up for the bet I lost last year for WrestleMania.
Oh, so you're a Welcher.
Yep.
Yeah, no, kind of. And last year I made a bet that I would try Prime if Logan Paul won. And he did win.
You know what? It's actually pretty good. I'm not even gonna lie. It's actually fucking delicious.
I've tried the regular one, but I didn't try the WWE one, which I now have because I need to own up to that bet for someone. But
pay your fucking bet. Try it
right now. Pay your fucking bet.
It's Meta Moon flavored. What flavor is Meta Moon?
Meta Moon.
I know why you don't want to drink it. You just don't want to like the Logan Paul.
It's like chemicals. I hate Logan Paul.
I know, but if you like that drink, if he drinks it, he's gonna be conflicted in his soul.
He's gonna start going to the suicide.
No, that's fucking awful. That is terrible.
Yeah, Meta Moon's terrible.
So I paid up last year's bet So now tomorrow, if I lose, I'll pay up that bet
I can't believe you
at
fucking
next year's Mania.
You said all this. You said fucking all this, dude. What the fuck? This dude said.
I can't wait for if he walks in. I can't wait for this clip right here.
I love the fact that John Cena is a fucking heel, but they got video of him at a fucking WrestleMania after party last night. Basically out of character, saying that he hopes that everybody enjoys WrestleMania and keep the energy for his last match.
Yeah. So we got tomorrow. All in all, tonight. How would you grade tonight's show?
I don't know.
Just
I
on
don't.
its own. Just on its own.
I don't do that.
Not WrestleMania as a whole. Just tonight on its own.
5.
How would you grade it?
I don't do that.
Okay.
6. 7, actually. 7.
7.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah.
7 means it was a good show. Like a real good show.
If you watch it back, match quality later, it'll be okay.
Okay, Uncle Dave, calm down.
5 stars everywhere.
That's your boy.
Oh, yes, my boy.
Into the dirt sheets, I see, Shane.
At least he doesn't live in them like Brandon.
Yeah.
Yeah, get banned from PW Insider.
Only their elite section. I can still get on their public stuff.
That's why does it sound like you're bragging about that?
Because it was the stupidest thing, and someone reported me to them. It was hilarious.
It's Medina. Hey, Bob, you remember Medina?
Nope, I don't know who he is.
It's what the fuck? It's an open forum reunion.
What about you, Brandon? What do you rate it?
5. Two good matches. Good moment. We do so went in. Other than that, everything else wasn't really to write home about.
Fucking moron.
Bobby, were you sports entertained tonight?
I do not give ratings until I do the host.
I asked if you were sports entertained tonight.
It was not really. It was all right. If I'm coming out of a WrestleMania show and I'm more invested in what AEW is going to be doing on Wednesday, that's a problem.
I don't know what they're doing this Wednesday.
I'm talking
What
about.
are they doing this Wednesday?
I'm talking about if I'm more invested in where they're going to build up to All In.
Mm.
Yeah, tomorrow's going to be. Tomorrow's going to decide.
Fine.
Regardless, this ain't going to be an all-time WrestleMania.
I'll give it a 6.
No.
I'll give it a 6.
Okay. Do we all agree that Stand and Deliver was better match quality overall, though?
I didn't see Stand and Deliver, so I can't give anything to that.
You can't.
That's fair.
So here's the problem that I. Bruh. NXT always delivers a better show.
Yeah.
They always deliver like it's like I don't. NXT always
it's very
delivers.
rare you have an NXT show that
that sucks.
doesn't kind of deliver.
And I'm talking about from a standpoint of like I don't watch NXT all the time, but if I turn fucking NXT on, I'm invested in the matches. Like I'm not even gonna lie, I ain't watching NXT.
Yeah, I only turn on.
I've not watched NXT in a few weeks, but when Stacks turned on Angelo, I'm like, oh shit. Like Stacks turned on Angelo, I was invested in this shit. And then he fucking Brandon probably had flashbacks because then he fucking left like Brandon's family used to do. Stay by your phone. I'll let you know where I'm at. I'll see you Tuesday.
I'll let you know where to meet me.
Brandon probably had flashbacks and shit.
I'm not Italian, and I'm not in a mob.
Yeah, wait, time out. You threatened Bobby with Uncle Paulie today. That's all I'm going to say.
I don't have an Uncle Paulie.
Then why'd you threaten him with it?
Because that's his code name. Because the feds are probably watching, and he can't give his real name.
He's in witness protection. He's in WITSEC.
And for the record, his uncle is Uncle Vito.
No, I don't even know a Vito.
Like, I'm afraid to go to Boston and ask like the person I'm sitting next to at the table. So, did your store get shaken down too by the mob? Like, did you have to pay monthly taxes?
You'd be sitting with Duffy.
Well, I already know his story. Okay, he hung out at the bathhouses with fucking Dahmer.
You, Duffy, Talisa, Willie, and Patrick.
But I want to mingle with like the other white folk.
No, then you'll become one of them. Next time
come back home. Get the fuck out of here. I'm walking here. Ain't that what y'all say, Brandon? I'm walking here. Ain't that what y'all say, Brandon? I'm talking to you, BT. Ain't that what y'all say?
Me or him?
You, BT.
Oh, he said BT. He's BT.
No, he's Brandon. You're BT. Brando. Ain't that what y'all say? I'm walking here.
I'm walking here. That's Dustin Hoffman.
And then I found out like nobody in New York says that shit for real. And like somebody told me that if you say that shit in New York, people will look at you and like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Nobody says that shit.
In New York, no one talks to each other. That's why.
Happy Easter.
It was happier before I saw that shit with Paul Heyman.
We have a happy Monday because that's gonna be the first thing you probably see Monday.
What did you? Didn't you say Thursday, Bobby, that Roman would not get pinned 2 WrestleManias in a row?
You did say that.
I also said that CM Punk wasn't going to get pinned, and did I not say that it was either going to be Seth? I said I had a strong inclination it was going to be Seth because I don't see them pinning Roman too. So I will admit, yes, I did say that, but I also said that CM Punk wasn't going to be pinned. Did I not say that?
Yeah, but I'm just saying Roman taking that pinfall 2 years in a row.
That this is different circumstances. He was screwed.
In his one
technically, they both were.
Rock got him.
They both were screwed.
I mean, if it wasn't for The Rock, Roman loses 3 straight main events of WrestleMania.
Yo mama loses a main event of WrestleMania.
Yo mama not good enough for the main event.
Yo mama not even on. It's not even in the Memorial Battle Royal.
What was that?
That's what you sound like, motherfucker. Can we just talk about they had the Moolah Battle Royal like 1 year and didn't fucking have that shit anymore because that shit looked like a thong?
That's because Moolah got canceled.
That trophy looked like a thong on a fucking trophy.
China Memorial Battle Royal. So they don't want to do it at all.
And the fact that somebody last night at the Hall of Fame said she deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, Triple H said you're fucking right, but he didn't. But like you fucking like. You son of a bitch, you know what we're talking about. She deserves to go in individually, not as fucking part of DX.
What makes it more hilarious is that he said it like he's not the one that has the final call on who goes in the Hall of Fame and shit. Like, put her in the Hall of Fame. That's a great idea. Someone should.
He didn't say that shit. He said, you're fucking right.
What did you think of the statue for the match thing, the legacy match? Like the half face of Bret and Stone Cold?
I didn't like the fucking I liked the statue, but I didn't like the fucking cartoonish fucking sign that was like over it in the front, you know? The statue itself I liked. But
Well, this shit came out like more after her death.
Medina's like, I like my women like I like my conspiracies hidden and out of my face. I don't want to hear about them.
No, Moolah's. Yeah.
They're probably gonna put in the Shawn Michaels Undertaker match next year, aren't they?
No.
Probably.
No, realistically, the first match that Shaw probably should have went in and because I do not agree that Austin versus Bret Hart was the greatest match in WrestleMania history. That is BS. Everybody knows what the greatest match in WrestleMania history is. It's Ricky Steamboat, but maybe because he's under contract with AEW, I think. I don't know. But the match, it should have either been, as much as he's a piece of shit, it should have been Hogan versus Andre, or it should have been Ricky Steamboat versus Randy Savage. That should have been the first match.
Yeah, they only to go in.
It was.
It's probably going to end up being Shawn and Taker next year.
It's not.
And then Shawn will have 3 rings.
It's not. It's gonna be. It's not.
What do you think is going to be? I mean, the other option is Austin Rock.
It's not. It's going to be Savage versus Ricky Steamboat.
I don't think they're going to put. I don't think they're going to put Savage in yet. With that.
Does it have to be a Mania match?
Yes.
Because I didn't see that anywhere.
It literally says, "What are you? Oh my god!" I'm starting.
They just were calling it the iconic moment.
I'm starting to see what Brandon is talking about now.
I'm
starting.
Thank
You
you.
didn't read it?
I'm starting to see like what the fuck.
Oh my God.
Let's put Bret Hart versus Shawn Michaels in from SummerSlam Survivor Series '97. That's an interesting moment.
WLC goes in next.
They're not gonna wait. Click on that last comment. There's no way they're putting Hogan out in front of a live crowd at this point for this.
Hogan back out.
Man, get your sidekick, bruh. Get your side.
Yeah, that's his fellow Canadian.
Hulk Hogan on a WWE TV is when they're doing the 10-bell salute. They're not putting that man back on TV.
The most that we saw of Hogan was when that deaf dude was saying Hogan was his inspiration, and he appeared on that video. When then Hogan said, "What you gonna?"
Became the most hated deaf dude in all of wrestling, and it wasn't even his fault.
Exactly. And then he said, "What you gonna do when Hulk Hogan runs wild on you? Take you to Compton. That's what I'm gonna fucking do."
Yeah. Are you gonna make Hogan like Bruce Willis in Die Hard 3, but without the placard?
No. Yeah. Whoop his ass.
Just drop him right in the middle.
Right in the fucking middle. Hogan doesn't need the placard though.
That's what I said. Without the placard.
Yes.
Well, could you imagine a Hogan Hall of Fame speech just strictly on the Andre match? You know how much bullshit will come out of that?
Dude, no, first off, when I told
carried Andre through the whole match.
When I told that giant that I'm gonna pick you up now, and it literally documented where Andre told him to slam
me, boss.
When I picked him up, Andre didn't want to go up. It's like, no, he did.
He did.
I feel like it's one of the greatest matches because I made it that way.
Like Hogan is a piece of shit.
No, it's probably once again, it's probably gonna end up being Taker and Shawn.
It's not.
That was voted the number 1 match.
It's not. It's going to be Steamboat versus Macho. That should be.
If we're all wrong, it's like fucking what's the damn match? Like Kurt Angle versus Guerrero or some bullshit.
I don't know. You guys give me shit, but nowhere I've seen does it say the immortal moment had to be a WrestleMania moment. It just
so
says
then why the fuck
moment.
would they pick? Why the fuck would they pick a WrestleMania match, guy?
Because it was a great match, guy.
Why the fuck would they pick a WrestleMania match?
Showcase of the Immortals. The award thing is called WWE Immortal Award. They memorialize
Immortal moment.
WrestleMania.
If you find it saying it needs to be WrestleMania,
okay, fine.
Go ahead. But
WrestleMania. What match would you?
Shane, your history with bets are not good, and yet you keep going. You're not learning. You're
0-1 so far.
You're not learning. You're not
only 0-1, buddy.
You're not fucking learning.
Tomorrow I go 1-1 when Aldis walks to that ring.
He's not going to. I'll tell you what. If Aldis walks to the ring tomorrow, I'll add to the bet. If Aldis walks to the ring tomorrow, if you come on here tomorrow, I will publicly apologize to you.
I think you guys should rephrase.
Okay, I want. I want that clipped for when he comes out and announces it was Rusev.
If he does,
Yes. You guys should rephrase that because if he comes walking to the ring and it's still not him, you guys technically lose.
Aldis has to be the one wrestling the match.
No, yeah, Aldis has to be wrestling the match.
Let's be clear. Him making an appearance at WrestleMania does not count. If he's in a suit, it does not count.
Aldis has to wrestle.
If he wrestles in a suit, it counts.
No, Aldis
jumpsuit when he goes out there and announces.
It doesn't matter. He has to wrestle the match. I will fucking apologize, and I'll be like, you know what? Because I'm gonna tell you something. Shit like that happens once in a while, where it's like it's way out of left field, but I don't know how the fuck you guessed it right.
It's when we did the prediction league in my old group, I was the only person to guess Jack Swagger winning Money in the Bank, and I legit got accused of like insider trading type shit just because people lost a game.
And you probably it probably
you
is.
Just say suck at predictions.
Watch this shit. He's been playing us the whole time and shit, and he's like got an inside guy in WWE. Like right.
He was Vince Russo's ex-assistant.
Right. He's like, and then like Brandon really is like a dirt sheet motherfucker and getting the wrong shit.
Dirt sheet humper. Dude jerks off to the dirt sheet.
Yeah. Yeah, and I only post 90% of news. Okay.
But I low key want Shane to be right because I have no problem apologizing to Shane. It's BT that's going to be the one that's going to have a problem.
No, I won't.
BT's going to fucking
I have no problem. I have no problem admitting when I'm wrong. I've admitted to you plenty of times I'm wrong. On this show in the last couple of weeks, I've gone back on what I said and said I was wrong.
So you don't, please, dude. Your pride took a hit.
This dude had trouble writing 3 words yesterday to you that he was wrong.
He was wrong, and it happened.
It took him forever to write it.
Shane is quickly finding out that I know what I'm talking about.
Plus, I've told Bobby I'm wrong like 5-6 times this week. Like,
you also told him you love him, and you called him.
Yeah, it's going to hit you tomorrow because you know what? Because you're saying that you were wrong to Shane.
I guarantee you it's not Aldis, so I'm not going to worry about that.
You're saying that. Watch when he turns the laptop off. He's just lying in bed. He's like, "Fuck! What if it is Aldis?"
There is I give it a legit 1% chance it's Aldis. 1%. I am 99%.
That's all I need.
Positive that it's anyone else in this world.
You sound like
1%.
I'm gonna
with 2 hands has a fighting chance,
dude. You sound like Vince Russo. Like you're not even on the inside. That's what's funny. If you fucking lose,
I give it less than 2% over you, bro.
Like,
trust me, bro. I know what I'm talking about, bro.
I swear, I'm gonna laugh my ass off, and I'm gonna make it bad. You ain't gonna get out of it so easily. If you are wrong, prepare for it to feel bad. I'm gonna make you feel it.
Okay.
I'm gonna make.
Bobby, I've lost a bet to you before. You've lost a bet to me. It's okay.
No. But there's hold on a minute. But there's a big difference to losing it to Shane because I'm gonna rub it in every day when I am bored. Because you know why? Because Brandon, you can sit here and lie. You can sit here, yes, you know that when I'm poking the bear and you ignore me, but there's some things that I know that you just cannot resist. that you can't help but comment on, and I'm gonna do it.
I had something you said earlier, and I really wanted to respond to it, and I held back, and I was very proud of myself.
What?
I don't remember what it was. It was during WrestleMania, and you said something, and I wanted to I'm like, oh, it's just going to open a can of worms, and I didn't want to just open the can of worms.
Open a can of worms on what?
I was going to make a smart-ass comment. I don't remember what it was.
Oh, it wouldn't bother me. I probably would say something smart-ass back. Yeah, it's so funny. 9 times out of 10, you're like, you're fucking angry, and I'm literally like this, just laughing, making a smart-ass comment. I'm like,
you're bored. Or you're angry.
If you notice, Brandon doesn't even talk back to me anymore. I got to come up with some creative shit.
Just because I train your shit on you. You'd be like, oh, who you fucking did today, you mark? It's like, okay, you're bored. What time to get out of work?
I'm in training for like 2.5 months. until June
And
11th.
we only say he's bored because you're the one who says that whenever he does that, it's because he's bored.
No, I am bored. You never hear me. You've never heard me deny that I'm not bored. You have heard me deny that but he's right.
And Bobby is when Bobby is bored, he'll give up.
I'm bored.
I'm bored. I'll just power through.
I'm bored. The only difference is that when I'm doing it to you, he knows when I'm doing it to you, and he doesn't say anything. But when I do it to him, he's like, "Okay, you're bored."
Time out. Did Shane just say he hated the drink, and he literally just took a sip of the drink of the prime?
That's how it works. That's how it works, boy. Hey,
I'm thirsty. It's within hands reach.
Tomorrow,
he likes the prime. He's a Logan Paul.
That's how it starts. Tomorrow, he's gonna be like, you know what? That Logan Paul guy's not so bad.
He's gonna have the prime in his hand. Everything. Let's go, Logan.
He's gonna be like one of those TikTok videos that show like watching the show one day, watching the show 1 week, slowly becoming the character.
Exactly.
I'm gonna have prime gear and everything.
You are. Cause how the fuck do you like them? Like you like the Miz? What the hell is wrong with you?
It's the Miz.
What the hell's wrong with you? I don't take no Miz slander.
The Miz?
Yeah, well, you're going to.
You like, of all the people, you like the Miz?
Where's the Miz's Mania match?
Yeah, I respect the Miz.
When's the last time Miz had a singles match?
The Miz? I honestly can't tell you. Shane McMahon, maybe? I think.
Yeah, I think that's the last one. When Shane carried him.
He had a match last year because they said this is the first year in 17 years he doesn't have a match.
It was because last year him and
last
year him and R-Truth won the tag titles.
Okay.
What the fuck?
Oh right, yeah, and it was the year before he got fucked up by Snoop Dogg.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's when Shane tore his quad.
Tore his fucking quad. Snapped his quad. Last appearance ever.
He didn't even go to the Hall of Fame. Triple H is like, Shane's not here.
Yes, Medina, he likes the Miz.
Did torn quads run in that family?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I got a question for you. Are you torn, Shane? Are you torn?
Oh my god, no! I've heard you asking people this.
About what? About what?
Go ahead.
I was just gonna ask you a legit question. Like he's tagging with like a black superstar. So like, do you like half of the tag team, or do you like Melo too? Like, do you like the Miz portion, or do you like the Miz and Melo?
So I like 100% of Miz. I like about 75% of Melo right now. But
wow,
so he's 20.
Wow, so he's two. See, he's already American. He's been studying, so he's 2/3 a person.
I swear to God, it's just because I'm drinking this that's giving me that attitude.
Yes. Yeah. Can you imagine if Miz was teaming with like Jade Cargill?
Wait a minute.
Naomi.
Hold on a minute. So Shane, for real, quick, serious question. So you're telling me the Miz is really your favorite out of all those superstars right now? Like he's literally your
no, not at all.
Oh, so you just like the Miz?
So I want you to denounce the Miz World Order.
They give me shit because my old group, we had the Miz World Order where we gave respect to the Miz when other people wouldn't. And ever since then, I've been the Miz guy. I do respect him.
So who's your favorite? So who's
in the cult.
So like, who's your favorite?
Currently on the WWE roster, it's Kevin Owens for sure.
Favorite. Well, he's not currently. He's injured, so pick someone else.
You're a dick.
Someone's not bleeding, you fucking homer.
Somebody that doesn't have a stack of dimes for a neck.
I know who his second favorite is. He's not in WWE, but I know who his second favorite is. Matt Cardona. He's a big Cardona mark.
I like Matt.
That man's name is Zack Ryder.
I feel like this is all of a sudden an interrogation, and everybody's sitting up forward. You've
never been on the show. Nobody really knows who you are. We're just trying to get to know you, guy. I got a question for you. Sunny.
Oh my god.
Sunny as she is now, would you or would you?
No.
Lies.
He's lying. He's lying.
You're lying. I see it in your face. You look defensive as fuck.
I know.
She's in jail, right?
Yeah.
She's the one that's in
See,
jail.
look at the nervousness
Yeah, I
in his
thought
She's
voice.
the one that's in jail. Because there's another Sonny out there.
He is lying.
There's another Sonny.
That man's like.
I know other Sonnies.
Dude, Sonny. WWE Hall of Fame Sonny.
I can't.
No.
You can't even say that with a straight face. You're fucking lying.
He's lying.
Yep.
You're fucking lying.
He's lying, dude. You snort coke off.
Okay. Guy, Jesus Christ, it's like 10:30. Are you sure we're not at the bedtime yet? Like we're fucking
it's
done for the
1:30.
night, or what's happening?
It's fucking 1:30 in the morning. Shut up.
It's 10:30.
Okay, Grandma, calm down.
I'm fucking tired. WrestleMania started at 4 for me, so that's not a big deal.
I remember when WrestleManias were always at 4.
Okay, Grandpa.
Shane, okay, so legitimate question. What changed?
Okay.
Not even hating. Seriously, what changed your mind about the? What changed your mind about the Naomi feud that turned it around and you? Because at first you said it sucked, and then what changed your mind about the feud that was like, oh well, it was actually pretty good.
We saw Io cut a promo.
So the build-up was fine, but the one promo that she did with Bianca, I thought was just corny. But everything past that, I think Naomi's been hitting it out of the park. So that's about it.
Okay.
Where you thought this woman bawling her eyes out to her friend, like real emotion, was corny.
Surprisingly,
Yes, I also
So,
I thought that was corny, and the weather entrance tonight, that was corny.
now that was corny as the weather entrance.
Yeah, the
Yes.
weather entrance was corny.
But surprisingly, he's not alone in that assessment because there's people that thought that like it was forced, like it wasn't legit, like that her crying and shit was like forced, and then they came back and said, well, she's doing better. You know, it doesn't seem like it's forced acting. It seems like she's genuine.
The more
Bianca.
forced part was Bianca.
Yeah,
So
really good couple months for Bianca.
So who's your favorite superstar?
Well, like I said, Kevin Owens.
No.
But
Female.
you say that doesn't
female.
count. So.
No. Female.
Notice he goes right to the guys.
Chelsea Green. This asshole's gonna pick Chelsea Green because she's Canadian.
And just like she's picking Kevin
Let
Owens.
him. Let him. Canadians have a lot of pride. Y'all shit on my friend because he has a lot of Canadian pride. Let him.
Right.
He has no pride.
Chelsea Green's definitely one. I think she's doing great. She's not my favorite female wrestler right now. Definitely Tiffy's up there for sure.
Okay, just tell us your favorite now. Who you whack off to?
Wow.
That's not the question, and that's not what I'm putting on.
I know exactly who it is. It's
the fact that you said the fact that you didn't say I don't do that. The fact that you say it's not something I'm not putting online is fucking wild.
To
be fair though,
it's
I would like to bring up
wild.
I back up his wifey post.
But let me put it like this. Let me put it like this. It's Trish Stratus. You saw the new Trish Stratus photo, didn't you?
Yeah, I saw that new Trish Stratus photo.
Huh? Shane saw the new Trish Stratus. Shane can't lie. Shane, you saw the new Trish Stratus photo.
See, Bobby's admitting that it's sunny for him. Rando's admitting that it's dirt sheets for him.
No.
I just don't want to put my shit online.
No. Hold on. Pause. Let me tell you where that question came from. So you weren't singled out with that question. Every new person that comes on here, they get that question. And when we did our wrestling show where we would interview wrestlers, it became a running gag where I would ask them, Sunny, as she is now, would you or wouldn't you? And we actually got mixed responses where some people would say yes and some people would say no. So that I ask every new person that comes on here. So that's why you got that question.
So it's just the little initiation.
Yeah, exactly. It was
other
because you've never been on here.
On hiatus because of Brett Duffy.
Exactly.
Who's currently touring in Saudi Arabia.
Who said that he would do Sunny as she is now? He said his standards are pretty low.
He'd do anything as it is.
He's as a matter of fact, his exact words were standards. What are those?
He said if it stays still like a rock, it can get the cock.
Shut the fuck. What is wrong with you?
I think I'm done.
Quote unquote, Rep Duffy.
Oh.
AKA Logan Ross. Book him today. He still never answered the question who his favorite was, though.
He did. He said it was.
I did.
He said Kevin Owens.
No, I mean for female.
Kevin Owens and Tiffy.
Tiffy's his favorite. Is his
Oh,
favorite.
voice crack there. Tiffy.
Tiffy time.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna put Brandon in the hot seat. Brandon, when you were hiding from Abby, who was your favorite wrestler? Female.
Right now?
Is yes, because we know it's Becky all time.
I don't consider Becky active right now, so.
Oh, tomorrow she's active. Today she's not.
Yeah.
He okay, so you've never seen him with Becky. Like this is him before Becky comes back. Tomorrow.
Yo,
tomorrow will be a different story. Let's fucking go.
To be fair, at one point I was before this thing started, I was the only motherfucker still cheering for her.
You still are.
Just like kept shitting on her.
You still are.
Back in the college group.
You still are. Becky to you is like Bailey with Patrick.
No, it's not that bad.
It is.
Patrick got a Bailey buddy. I ain't got nothing like that.
Well, because Abby wouldn't let you have one.
Okay, so let me ask you: would you go through Ricochet to get to Becky?
No.
Stop.
No, never.
Stop.
No. Never.
You know what, Medina? You are overrated.
Medina, when are you gonna get on here?
He's prime time. He ain't got time for us. Medina doing his gaming league.
If you show up at least, once live on here, you already beat Duffy's total for the year.
Medina would actually bring in more. Medina in one day would bring in more people than Duffy would.
What is a Duffy?
Thanks to you, Medina. Every time that we're talking about Tony Schiavone, I in my head I want to say Tony Schiavone.
Okay.
Oh God.
I got nothing, bro. Something like.
I every time that Medina is our friend from before YouTube. We used to go live for every Raw and SmackDown, and the other page we had with the Crosspoint, and Medina would call Tony Schiavone. He would call him Tony Schiavone. Medina ain't coming in here.
I just sent him the link.
Medina's not coming.
Go check your inbox.
Medina's not coming in here.
Check your inbox. I just sent it.
Medina's not coming in. Medina, he gonna get my answer why he bailed on me for my successful show.
It'll be your first show together in like 4 years.
4 years pre-COVID. Tony Schiavone. Rando Brando, who's your favorite female superstar?
I'm gonna go with Rhea.
Oh, geez, I wonder why.
I thought he was gonna go Harley Cameron.
He probably is.
Well, we're talking WWE.
Just in general.
You don't give a fuck.
As long as she's breathing, I'm eating. Ain't that what you say?
Wouldn't be 100% wrong, but except for Sonny.
Dude, look, let's be real. If you were alone with Sonny and nobody would ever find out, you would fucking fold.
No, I wouldn't. And I'm gonna tell you a real story why.
Because you already did.
No. About close to 20 years ago, when I was living in Staten Island, I used to do like backyard wrestling. And I did backyard wrestling with a guy. And that guy ended up legitimately being with Sonny. And when she started getting in all her real trouble, that he had to get like a whole restraining order. So she banged someone I actually know. So
oh shit. You said that. You said she said, "Damn." You said she was crazy. Medina, you call that dude some? You call that dude Samoan? No, that's fucked up. Willie's fucked up. He does look like him though. Oh shit.
Willie looks at Medina, says bloodline.
Oh my god. Medina's like Mexican. He's not even Samoan. That's the fucked up
He looks
part.
more like Bronson fucking Reed than he
Like
does
Bronson Reed. Like Medina looks. Medina looks like Bronson Reed.
Willie, like, I don't give a fuck. They all look the same.
Oh. Oh. So.
Oh boy.
Okay, so since you did backyard wrestling, I got a question for you, Brandon.
sure.
To get a WWE contract, would you with Moolah?
Moolah? She's been dead
As
for
she is now.
years, so no.
20. Hey, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. 20 years ago, she was alive.
No, I would not have.
Mae Young.
Was she? Was
No.
Yes, 20 years ago, she was alive. What the
she? No,
fuck?
she died in 05.
20 years ago, she was alive, bruh. What the fuck you talking
When did
about?
she die? When did she die?
Moolah was
Mae
like,
Young was like what, 2011?
I remember Moolah's last appearance. Moolah's last appearance was like 2005. Bitch, you don't remember when Moolah died?
in 07, so about 8 years ago.
Exactly.
Eight
Talking
years
about
ago.
I remember
18 years ago.
talking about I remember when Moolah died. No, the fuck you don't, bro. You was like 2. What the fuck? You didn't even know who Moolah was. The only thing you know is highlights of what Moolah used to do. Okay, that chick was crazy.
Medina, you got to turn your mic and camera off, whatever the hell it's in use for.
Damn, Mae Young.
Let me close all ups.
He's
He's trying to join, but it says his mic and camera is in use for something right now. So it says ask him to close all apps and tabs and refresh.
Tell him to get off the Pornhub.
Dude, he looks like Bronson Reed. Okay, you're not gonna take my joke. Okay, you try to take my. Listen, Willie.
Look, nothing alike.
He looks like Bronson Reed, bro. Shane looks like K.
That's fucking wild.
Shane looks like KO before he discovered the diet.
You should see me when I have my full beard. It definitely looks like it.
Now, when you got your full beard, you look like a garden gnome come to life.
Dude, I fucking hate garden gnomes. I take that back.
Tony Schiavone.
Well, then I'll double down.
Medina, what's up, boy?
What's up, guys?
What?
What?
You must have some downtime or something, because you don't ever come.
I'm at work right now.
Oh, he's doing the Duffy thing.
What you doing?
I'm trying to set up my camera, but it's not working.
Medina at work. So what you at a party or something in Hollywood? You just left us behind.
He's been snorting coke off strippers' booty holes lately.
Nah, it's since I'm a commentator for Tekken now, it just takes up a lot of time.
No, I get it. Yeah, you doing your thing. I'll be keeping up with you, bro. You be doing your thing.
Better than what Duffy's doing. Rap.
Shut up. You know him and Duffy are friends, right?
I don't give a fuck. He knows the truth.
Dog, I keep hearing that I look like Jacob Fatu. I keep hearing that I look
Bruh,
like Bronson Reed.
Dude, you look like fucking Bronson Reed. I do not get. You look like Bronson Reed. There's no
if I
way.
can put this fucking camera up, bro, I can.
Unless, dude, if you grow your, the last time I saw you, you had a full beard. You look like Bronson Reed with a haircut.
Not letting me upload put my camera on.
That's okay. Willie looks like Skits.
Willie looks like KSI.
Shit.
That's crazy.
Oh shit. And the fact that Medina couldn't say, and the fact that Medina couldn't say no, he just said, "Damn, that's crazy." Damn, that's fucked up. That's so fucked up. You said the dude look like KSI. Oh shit. Willie, get him, Willie. I know you ain't gonna let the dude clown on you like this, man. Oh, you said the dude look like.
I'm not even going to Medina. I want that Will.
You said. Oh.
Yo, what's up, Brett?
Now we shows up.
Homie?
Oh my god. He said he looks like KSI. I can't. I'm done. I'm fucking done. Oh my
Having
god.
a lookalike contest now.
No.
You still look like
No, I must not laugh. I must not laugh. Center yourself, Bobby. Center yourself. Duffy, Brandon said Willie looks like KSI. Oh.
Man, FaceTime until he's running. I don't look like KSI. Who the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, he said he looked like KSI. I'm done. I just want to be successful. Oh.
All right, let me try and refresh and see if I get this damn video to come on.
Talisa, Brandon said that your boyfriend looks like KSI. Yeah, that was Brandon. Brandon said that your boyfriend Talisa looked like KSI. I didn't say anything.
My man didn't hear a goddamn thing.
Oh my god. Let's just play the who you look like. Brando. He sounds like fucking Russo shit. Don't think.
No, it's not. I don't have the crying Jordan face. So I can't be.
He said that. Oh man, I was gonna
be like, you know what? He got a point.
I was gonna say I show speed myself, but
that would have been mean.
Huh?
That would have been mean.
What? I show speed? That man is rich.
No, so was KSI.
That's fucked up though. I don't know why they look at Shane and Brandon. They're like, what the fuck are they talking about? It's not even that funny.
Shane looks like Patrick, but like lighter
hair. Shane looks like 2007 Patrick. It's like if Patrick was here, he'd be staring into a time machine of himself. Let me ask you something. When you make macaroni and cheese, do you fucking do you keep the ingredients like on a shelf next to you?
What?
When you make, do you first off, do you eat macaroni and cheese?
It all comes in a fucking box.
Right. Do you keep the box on the shelf right next to you in your room?
Oh, in your room?
No.
Have you read Mein Kampf?
No.
Okay.
I play Minecraft sometimes, but totally different.
Okay, so then you're liberal. You're liberal, Patrick. You're Patrick if he was liberal. Do you drink?
And then BT looks like someone's uncle from fucking My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
God, dude. I can't wait till Brandon loses bet tomorrow.
I'm not worried. I'm not losing.
Rusev comes out and he's introducing Nick Aldis.
Shane, if he loses, yeah, Shane, if he loses this bet, you should just bring it up every day. That's how you
I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna be here.
That's how you get under his skin when he thinks that he's telling you off. Just be like, yeah, but you lost a bet to me, irregardless.
Dude, I don't have to do anything to get under his skin. I just exist, and it pissed him off.
Just tell him you're the captain now. You're his superior. Yeah, I'll be fucking fighting by noon.
I mean, I already was when he worked for me for the PWE.
I didn't work for you. Okay, time out. Let's get to something really clear. Because let's make this clear. Because Shane doesn't seem to get it yet. I sabotaged your shit intentionally. That's why you're here now. You're welcome.
Dude,
we were literally laughing at all your fucking bullshit that you were doing in your mod chat, kicking them off, stripping them from all their rights, like they're fucking real people with real jobs, making them prove themselves to be your mods. And we all laughed at you because I screenshotted it all. Shut the fuck up.
Damn.
See? I exist and he gets pissy.
Brandon, you're a dick, Brandon, for bringing that up.
He started it, for the record.
I didn't. Hey, I ain't touching that. That man got some trauma or some anger or something. I ain't touching that with the 10-foot pole.
That's his Vietnam.
Not that old.
That says close all apps.
That's his
and refresh again.
That's his Gulf War.
Gulf of America. She fucked that one up tonight. They corrected her real quick after that one.
Yeah, Michael Cole's like, she didn't get the memo.
What'd she say?
She said he's from the Gulf of America, and Michael Cole's like, she didn't get the Samantha Jr. or Samantha 2.0 didn't get the memo. He's actually from the Gulf of Mexico.
You know, why would you even say? Somebody said she looks like nothing. I got nothing.
Say it.
It's got to do with. You could just tell that it's very pro Republican. That's all I'm gonna say.
I mean, it starts with the tribal chief, and then it just goes down.
I'm like, what the fuck are y'all doing?
Yeah. Wild,
I will admit, I was surprised to see Linda at the Hall of Fame.
I'm not.
Why? It's her son-in-law.
I would have been surprised to see Vince there.
I didn't, because Linda don't make pictures for WWE. When was the last time you saw her in like a WWE capacity?
When she inducted Warrior in, I think.
Dude, that was like years ago.
When DX got it. It's one of those two.
That was like years ago, though. Warrior was like 10 years ago.
Yeah, it was either when Warrior got in or when
like
DX
10 years, like 10. That was like 10 years ago.
I know, but because it's her son-in-law, that's why. Well, she wasn't there in a WWE capacity. She was there for him.
Also, what did you think of Triple H like addressing, but like not addressing the Vince McMahon situation, like with his daughters?
I mean, he made a good point. It's their grandfather. It's his father-in-law. There's a history there. How can you not mention him? I mean, you don't have to go into details, but, you know, he's literally been taught everything he's doing now by Vince. You can't Benoit Vince, no matter how much you want to try.
Watch us. They already doing it. When the fuck's the last time you saw a Vince highlight?
Yeah, but he's been mentioned a lot more in the last few weeks. Austin mentioned him. Triple H spoke about him.
Yeah, and can we say because when Chris Van Fleet asked Natty to name her top five Canadians and it can't be a Hart family member, her list was full of bullshit.
What's your name?
She named Edge, Christian, Gail Kim, and Edge.
Edge twice?
That's right.
No, Edge Christian.
Edge and Pope. Edge and Pope.
Edge Christian. There you are.
What's up?
What's up? She named Edge Christian, Gail Kim, and Chris Jericho.
For what?
Natty had a name like her her Hall of Fame or her Mount Rushmore, but none of them could be Hearts.
They're just biased as fuck because they're all Canadian.
Well, so originally because Chris Van Fleet asked everybody who's your Mount Rushmore, and she named like Brett, Owen. She named somebody else in her family, so they were all Hart. So this time he made her name. He made her name for who's her Canadian Mount Rushmore, but none of them could be part of her Hart family. They couldn't be in-laws or anything. So she named Edge Christian, Gail Kim, and Chris Jericho.
At that point, you just throw in-laws name in there.
That's what I was saying. I'm like, I know, I know what he did, but
Gail Kim is interesting. She's not bad. That's an interesting pick.
I mean, listen, she had a point. Awesome Kong versus Gail Kim. I mean, those matches hit every time.
Yeah.
Like
They did.
But how y'all doing?
I mean, it's not like she named someone random like Jinder Mahal.
It has been a while. I've been doing good. We ain't seen you in a while.
Yeah.
Brandon's getting married. He's no longer a virgin.
Hell yeah.
Patrick changed his name to Canadian Shane.
Yeah.
Damn. That's crazy.
That's not Patrick. That's Shane, and then that's the other Brando. Brando is the other Brandon Taylor.
He was an Italian restaurant.
He was an Italian.
Yes, Talisha. She did not name Trish Stratus. She said Trish Stratus was great. She was monumental in her career, but for her Mount Rushmore, she named Gail Kim.
Hashtag.
That's what I'm saying. Trish. She didn't name Trish Stratus. She didn't name Lita.
It has to be Canadian.
No, it has to be Canadian.
Oh, it had to be Canadian? Okay,
yeah.
I was going to say that.
Canadian it had to be. They strictly had to be Canadian, but none of them could be a part of the Hart dynasty.
There's so many greats she could have named.
Like who?
The Mountie.
Yeah, he's out looking for his big wheels.
Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Roddy Piper, she could have named.
They can't be part of the family. What the fuck?
I don't. Piper's not related, is he?
They couldn't be.
Or is he an in-law?
You can't be in-laws. They can't have. I don't know. Listen, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's like some relation.
I don't know who's intermingling.
But Medina, did you watch WrestleMania?
Yeah, I watched it. Well, I watched the second half. I didn't get to watch the first half.
Hey, good job.
But so I saw how Jey Uso won. I thought that was kind of stupid.
Damn, everybody hating on a brother.
It's not. I'm not hating on the fact that he won. I'm hating on the fact on how he won. I didn't see Jade or Naomi. I heard it was decent though. I didn't see who was after that. Because I started watching once we got to
well, I mean, obviously, because it was you versus LA Knight.
Yeah, I saw bits and pieces of that one.
I thought he was home with his ankle injury.
Who?
Bronson over here.
Oh yeah. I do be at home chilling, resting up his ankle, ready to tsunami playing somebody,
Willie said that Willie, he don't even look like. I don't see where Willie's saying that you look like fucking Jacob Fatu.
That's like I said, it's either Fatu or Bronson Reed. I think it's because it's just brown men that I look like.
No, you do look like Bronson Reed though.
Yeah.
I did see fucking
combine you two with Bronson Reed.
I did see a fucking El Magador versus
El Magador.
yeah, I saw El Magador versus Ray Phoenix.
Oh man.
Yeah, everything else after that I saw. It was okay. I called from the very start of the day that Paul Heyman was gonna turn on both CM Punk and Reigns and move to Seth Rollins, which he did.
That's fucked up. That is so fucked up.
Yeah, I'm more excited for tomorrow than I am for today. Well, than I was for today.
I am too.
Cause
So on that topic, I gotta head out in a minute, but Medina, it's nice to meet you. But I need to know who you think is answering Orton's open challenge because I need to know if you're on my team or not.
I'm gonna tell you right now, it's not no fucking Nick Aldis, dog.
Thank you.
I'm gonna tell you right
That's
now.
the shit.
It ain't no fucking Nick
Fuck
Aldis.
you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Fuck y'all. Good night.
Have a good night, man. It's
The fuck
it could
out.
be I could understand reasons why people would think it'd be Aleister Black. I could understand why it could be Rusev. Um I don't know. It depends what format they want to take. Because if they're looking for shock value, right, more than anything, it could be Aleister Black. If they're looking for a face versus heel WrestleMania match with a little bit of shock value, it could be Rusev, and then they can instantly lead to him being a heel, unless they want to push him as a babyface. Um, Other than that, I don't have any other clue who else they could be bringing in. Like it could be fucking, for all we know, it could be fucking Uncle Howdy.
Uncle Howdy.
Yeah,
Bruh.
that haven't done shit with the Wyatt Six. This would be a good opportunity to bring them back.
He is cleared.
I think that they're waiting because they're gonna do something with Alexa Bliss. That's
Yeah,
mine.
that is a possibility too.
My thing about why it's not Aleister Black is they've known for 2 weeks that Owens is done for this match. They would not have put the date on that teaser on SmackDown for
You're
next Friday if they were going to put him in that match.
you're hoping.
If it's Black, if it's Aleister Black, I still don't lose.
I mean, regardless, even if they have a teaser date, it could just mean specifically for SmackDown. It doesn't mean like returning overall. It could just be this person's return to SmackDown.
Well, I haven't seen anything about Aleister Black even being in Vegas, but Rusev has been spotted in Vegas. So
I don't know. It's a good one. I think obviously they're gonna go for shock value. I honestly don't think they should have put Ray Phoenix as Ray's replacement today. I think it was kind of you're gonna have him lose to fucking El Magador, bro. Like, second match, third match into the business. Like you kind of shafted his momentum there.
well, that's what we said earlier. We said earlier that it should have been if you're going to make him lose, put Dragon Lee in there at least. He's used to losing.
Well, like if the entire idea was to put some type of Mexican wrestler, or luchador or whatever, they have options. They shouldn't have just chose Ray Phoenix. Like, shit. Technically, they could have told Andrade to go out there with a fucking mask on and wrestle, and just to eat the pinfall.
I think part of it was giving Ray Phoenix that WrestleMania match.
Yeah.
The win or lose is to let him, debut at WrestleMania. Because he wasn't going to even be on the card at all if Ray didn't hurt his knee last night.
Would rather than not be on the card.
And my only upside to it is that it wasn't a clean loss.
Yeah.
No that come from that is, it was, Gable cheated. So
I'm just hoping that Rio wins. I'm hoping that John Cena wins tomorrow. Because they're gonna give him the title. I feel like they're gonna give him the title. It's either gonna be now, aka tomorrow, or at the end of his run. Because I'm pretty sure they're gonna have him break the record. I
But does
cannot.
he, does he need to though?
Yes and no. He really doesn't need to, but I feel like Ric Flair has been oversaturated for a very long time, and I kind of feel like they want to just like they kind of want to do something new, right? And something putting someone new in that position, I feel like could put them in a good spot, especially since they're moving in a whole new like business direction with Triple H taking over and all that shit. So like it he don't have to. He doesn't need it. He doesn't need to prove it to like anyone, but I feel like it'd be a good idea to. 'Cause eventually someone's gonna have to break that record,
Right.
you know, at some point in the future history of time or whatever, however the fuck you put that phrase. But and why not? It'd be John Cena. He's already there.
I think if he does not win tomorrow, Cena, then it blows the whole heel turn. I don't see how they could recover from it because the whole point for him selling his soul to The Rock is to be that corporate champion.
Right. Well, not only that, it'd be good because everyone could gun for him. You know, they're
Yeah.
not gonna let him retire a champion. So like, he's gonna have people challenging him left and right that they want to be the one to retire John Cena and all this other shit.
Or to stop him from taking the title home for good.
Right.
Because that's the whole angle they've been going with, that he's going to be the last real champion. And when he retires in December, he's going to be the last champion to take the title home, and they're going to have to use like a replica title.
Yeah, I could see that happening, but also there's no way that they let him like take the or retire the title and then they have to come up with a whole nother fucking belt. But it would be good reason to have a non-undisputed champion, I guess. But
Which doesn't make the name itself doesn't make sense. You have two
right,
world titles, so how can it be undisputed when there's two champions?
right. Which that would be probably the only valid reason to have him retire with the belt. But at the same time, like I said, within the last 4 years or whatever, they damn near had a new belt every year. So it's like I don't see them.
The one thing I could see them doing is have Cena retire with the belt, and then the new champion be crowned in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Maybe that, put a little wrinkle in the Royal Rumble, since your Royal Rumble winners aren't main eventing WrestleMania anyway. So
I don't know. The thing about Triple H is that he's uh he's very pro long term storytelling.
yeah.
So like Vince was kind of the same way too, but like Triple H makes it noticeable that it's like, yeah, remember when this happened 22 years ago? Yeah, look at it now.
Well, Vince will change his mind if somebody doesn't work for 3 weeks. Vince will just change his mind, and
Yeah.
Bobby's pulling a Booker T right now.
Yeah, I'm about to get off here. It's
It's fucking 2:00 over here.
Yeah, man.
That's
I'm more excited for tomorrow. Tomorrow, I don't know. Some people are saying that tonight's main event should have been a day 2 event or card, but it's like nah. They needed something.
This night one needed it. Tomorrow pretty much dictates how this whole week can pretty much be summed up for WWE.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got to hit a home run tomorrow to move away from all the bullshit that's been over the week with the interviews and quotes and all this stuff. And they need something to, I don't want to say distract, but to use the word, to pivot from all the bullshit from this past week.
Yeah.
We'll be
All
back
right, guys. Thanks for having me.
tomorrow.
It's good seeing you guys again.
all right, well, Dan, it's good seeing you too, brother.
Good meeting you. I love you, Solo.
Yes, sir.
We'll be
All
back
right, guys.
tomorrow night after WrestleMania Night 2. So, I got nothing. They got nothing. Good night.
Happy Easter.